paladin, so I think Strifecro is the one who's happy here. Although we see Ostkaka with the 1-2.
Strifecro is playing an
1-2-2.
elemental, also Jade shaman. I've been because I played against them, did some research at deck, and it was at the end of the deck I also banned because I felt it is way too scary a ban and actually a little bit underrated, and looks like a really good tournament deck to me.
Yeah, I agree. It was also not something that I had considered for this tournament, but looking at what people have brought, it seems like it's just really good.
It just works. And
yeah.
What surprised me the most as well, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I interviewed Strifecro after one of his wins. I was like, oh, so how did you come up with the lineup? Who did you practice with? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I just did it on my own. I don't really practice much with anyone else. I just sort of thought about what I wanted. I really liked Elemental Shaman from what I've played of it. And yeah, I just think it worked. And you can't really argue with results to a certain extent. And very impressive to just say you just sat and did it on your own. Not a lot of players do that. And I definitely wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I will say the deck, I've seen a similar deck. I think it hit rank 1 legend, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Dwayne?
Yeah, I have seen also the Jade Shaman around on ladder more and more. It might have been a little bit because of the Evolved Shaman popping up so much, and the really slow Elemental Shaman just not outvaluing the control decks and not good enough against the aggro. But there are so much room. Shaman has so many strong cards. It just includes the Jade package again with the Jade Claws, Jade Lightning, just really, really strong cards. And Volcano is still a card that is a really good removal.
Yeah. Have we seen Volcano from Strike?
No.
I don't
know if think he plays it. But Volcano is good, of course. It's just going to help with wide boards. But yeah, although, we talked a lot about the Shaman deck, this Paladin deck is terrifying because regardless of what your opponent can do, you can always just get them with the early Murlocs. You're so likely with how the deck's built to be able to draw 1, 2s, and 3 drops because there's just so many in the list and they all work together, which makes it really, really strong.
Yeah, the Chum is a little, sometimes you get really punished for it because it's a 2-1, so I feel like I pulls out the patches and takes the trade. It's pretty good for them, but it's still just, you just need the 1 drop. Yeah. So still much better than not running it in this aggro version.
Well, for Ostkaka, there are options to maybe be passive with the Hydro list, but the War Leader seems really strong on curve. Also a 4 for out of the range, can make the value trade. Both minions are not dying to the Jade Claws.
I like the Hydrologist plus Secret. But,
I was going to say, are you a little bit worried about coin Jade Lightning here? Because then the whole board's cleared.
Yeah, that or Hex, but I think you're just trying to figure out how you can make something stick for the Megasaur, honestly.
Sure.
And he decides that this is the better way, while also, if there is no answer, right, then...
Strifecro is overloaded, by the way, so
yes,
Ostkaka knows there is no Jade Lightning possible. Of course, coining and 3-drop or in Hex is possible.
Yeah, I looked to the wrong player's view to see whether he's overloaded or not, and he wasn't, of course. It's just me being dumb. Not too much of a surprise there.
No, but then it makes even more sense.
Not much of a surprise,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. That was on purpose, guys. Yeah, and I kind of like what you said, Crane. Like, if this Megasaur goes off, this is going to be absolutely insane for Ostkaka. So there's definitely a worthwhile risk here.
Yeah, it's just so good when Megasaur even hits 1, but when it hits 2 minions, which it...
Especially when they're already big.
From his point of view, especially when they're already big, because then, for example, a Wind Fury or health even, just to protect it, it's really crazy. I mean, if you buff the health of a 1-attack guy, it's not as impactful, but...
Coin Hex.
I really like the play from Strifecro. You have to be reactive. The Shaman is the reactive player here. The Murlocs are only snowballing if they are staying on the board, so clear the Murlocs wherever you can. It's only becoming worse. Play all the removals almost when you can.
Well, the thing is, Hex is really good for Tyrion, really good versus other taunts and stuff you can get from Stonehill. You might not get that far.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you need to make sure you actually don't die before turn 5 anyway.
I mean, the more efficient you play in the early game, you might make up for not being able to have a Hex for Tyrion just by the tempo you game and throughout those turns, so...
Also, as well now, there's the Tide Caller and the Hydrologist plus Secret turn, and that also goes quite wide with Murlocs for another setup for Megasaur. And you just saw that Strife just had to Hex there, didn't have a good answer. So, well, didn't have a better answer, should I say.
He decided to be, I don't know if I want to call it greedy, but he wants more out of the Megasaur.
I would have maybe played the Tide Caller here with the Secret.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ostkaka is, I see what Ostkaka is doing here, going with the Tide Caller, guaranteeing there the Mega Sword, because Lightning Storm and Maelstrom, they are all cards in Strifecro's hand. They are definitely getting played here too, or can be played.
Yep.
Yeah, so you didn't want to overcommit.
Yeah, if you have Lightning Storm here, it's coming down. There's no like, oh, I'll wait for some more value. It's like, nope.
Maybe this was the right balance for Ostkaka, to not overcommit completely, but still committing a lot and having a pretty scary board.
Yeah, now he can do the Murloc plus the Megasaur, so if the board was cleared, he would still have, you know, a pretty good turn 5.
Yep. We're going to see what the adapt is going to be. Divine Shield, Death Rattle, or Stealth. Would you take Shield here?
Oh, long term. I mean, he has the Stonehill, right, which can pull maybe a Terram. I'll take the Spores here.
Yeah.
Yeah, also because of Shaman playing Lightning Storm and Maelstrom, and there's so much removal in the deck sometimes that, yeah, Divine Shield can work.
Yeah, the Divine Shield might still be the pick, but I like the Spores.
Divine Shield feels okay, but I guess with no more Murloc synergy, then you can't really, you're not really cashing on these being Murlocs at the moment, right? Past this adapt. But yeah, I think Divine Shield's fine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it protects him from AoE, right?
Yeah.
So he's just protecting the board here and now.
And he still has another War Leader, still has another Megasaur.
Yeah, and it's not like he's guaranteed to pull the Terran from the Stonehill.
Yeah.
Pretty weak turn here for Strifecro, not doing that much. The thing from below also still costing, well, now 5 mana.
Yeah, he had a lot of defensive plays early on, so he's not had a chance to actually just press that hero power and reduce anything down.
Yeah, and the Overload also pretty much hurting him. Yeah, obviously that's part of the deal with the Overload cards. They're pretty powerful, but then your next turn sometimes can be a little awkward. Like 5 mana this turn would have been ideal for him.
So also at 5th class, I think both people picked Warrior. I haven't seen Warrior from Strifecro and from Ostkaka, so seemed to be a lot of popular 5th class Warrior. I have been seeing it here, everybody in top 8. Can also say myself that I was also having it ready for the top 8.
It surprised me the other way around, actually. I thought there would be more Warrior in the first portion of the tournament, and like barely anyone even brought it. I was like, oh, okay. This is strange, but yeah, as a 5th class, I think it's very, very strong, especially because you have the question of pirate or taunt, right? Like
our control warrior. I think some people did that here.
Oh, really? Were you one of those people?
Yes, I was one of them.
I thought so.
Damn, that deck is so good.
Okay, well, there's a Tarim. Just feels like the right pick, huh?
Yep.
Nothing too much to think about.
The Gastropod, come on.
Gastropod's
Gastropod's
a badass. I like the redemption here as well. Makes the taunt really frustrating if there's no AoE.
Yep. Still squeezing out those hero powers. I mean, he has a Terram, so...
I mean, this could just be game next turn at this point.
Turn, maybe. Yeah.
There's a Maelstrom, but without spell damage. Oh, okay. Well, there's Lightning Storm and a Maelstrom.
Okay, might be right in time for Strifecro. Like, if it will get there one turn later, it will be...
so perfect.
You Maelstrom first, right?
Yeah, it's so perfect.
Maelstrom procs the shields, kills the 1/1 to bounce the 1/1 or res it, and then Storm goes.
Yeah.
That's actually nuts.
Like, perfect. Lightning Storm still has to make some good hits. There are quite some 3 HP minions around, so it's going to be an important Lightning Storm for Strifecro.
This is a disaster because Terram might now also not be a very good play for him next turn.
Terram is actually one matchup where you sometimes just don't. One matchup where you sometimes don't want the Terram is against Shaman, because the Shaman has so many annoying totems around, and you buff your opponent often with it too. But wow, that Lightning Storm.
Yeah, hit all the right targets. Only missed on the Stonehill, but if you're gonna miss on one,
you might have to do it, Terram. Anyways, right? You might have to play it here, in fear of never being able to play it again otherwise.
With the Murloc, yeah. I mean, the Terram is itself a 3/7, so it covers it pretty well.
Yeah, he agrees.
But it's probably only getting worse, Terram.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem. And it is actually, if you think about it, it's still powerful, like a 3/7 against 2 3/3s, right? But you just would like to do more than buff your opponent's 2/1, right? But it's, I still think it's a reasonable Terram. Like, some people get a little greedy with the Terrams and then throw away some games.
Yeah, I think you have to take what you can get a lot of the time, right?
Yeah, it's the situation is always different. And in this case, the other guy has a lot of cards, and he's also using hero power to totem. He probably not gonna be able to get this Tarim out anytime soon if you don't go for it here. So
yeah, I think like it's not a great Tarim, but it's definitely not a bad one either. You know,
it's
because a bad one is one that doesn't get played.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it might get stuck.
Problem is as well, I mean, I say a problem, but Ostkaka's late game outside of Tyrion is like that sneaky deathwing, right? I say sneaky, it was sneaky up until the lists have pretty much been revealed because I played so many times on stream. And there is still a second Hex in the deck somewhere for Strifecro, so he does have a potential answer to Deathwing or Tyrion later on, and he might just have it enough to just pressure hard enough to not care anyway.
I mean, and Steed called to help really a lot here too. I think Steed was a card that if that would now be in Ostkaka's hand. Devolve is also another removal Strifecro has, of course, so a lot of removals still in Strifecro deck. A lot of also elementals. We are not seeing the elemental package that he's playing with the Firefly, Kalimos, or the Servant of Kalimos.
Is it all in time? Consecrate weapon, go? Maybe.
I mean...
The weapon, definitely.
Well, the thing is, your opponent just didn't kill Tarim last turn.
You also simply didn't have a way to deal with the 5/5 properly if you didn't do this.
Yeah, this is
still making an awkward board for the opponent with the only 6 power in play and a 7 health on the term, right? So
yeah, kind of effectively 4. If you're going to presume you're going to swing with a weapon in. There's still a lot more weapons in the deck as well, so...
Yeah, you're representing lethal as well, which...
is always good, right?
Yeah.
Wow, such a little awkward hand, I have to say, for Strifecro, that there is like no way of dealing a little damage or removing in general. Fire Elemental doesn't seem too appealing because you're... you die to 1 damage. It might have to be with the Stonehill Defenders.
Yeah, I agree. I think like the overall plan, double Stonehill taunt, he wishes, totem, but you need to obviously like Stonehill first, see what happens.
Get a good one.
Yeah.
A 5-mana taunt, could be doing a lot here. Like if it gets a 3/6 down, something like that. Wow.
Not an
I
abomination.
think he might be going for the...
That's so...
okay.
Huh.
He would have gone with the Fire Ellie if he hit the taunt totem. I think that's the reason, right?
Sure.
I can get behind that, honestly.
Yeah, because then you can just isolate the Tarim, right?
Yeah. I think he needs to play another Stonehill. I get that he really wants to cycle, but so scary otherwise. Yeah.
Next turn, he's got the option between Allocate and White Eyes plus something. So a little bit more flexible now.
Ooh, you would have died. The Fire Ellie.
Yeah.
4 health on those Stonehills.
Yeah.
Working wonders here. But now Hydrologist plus plus Kodo can just get some work done here.
I mean, in True Silver, he was lethal. Or if that weapon was a True Silver. Just that 1 damage that he cannot connect from the weapon.
These could all be good. He has to really look at the board and...
I would say it's Redemption. Maybe in some cases Repentance, but I want to defend my board too.
It could also be Noble Sack. It depends on... There's like the Jinju, right? You kill the taunts, then you leave the Jinju and you play Noble Sack. That's pretty strong, right? It's better than Redemption, probably, Noble Sacking, right? Because you are killing the 3/1 and the 3/1 is also not attacking one of your guys. It should be stronger than Redemption, right? Surely.
So yeah.
It's a tough call.
The only thing where Redemption is stronger is because you have the Blessing of Kings and you can make sure that it has the 4 damage charge. But in other cases, Noble Sacrifice looks not that bad either.
Also, as well, Repentance. Your opponent's just Stonehill twice.
Yeah.
You know, if they're going to play a good taunt, it's going to be cost more. Like it's going to be more on the 2-drop, right? You know what I mean? So any sort of reasonably mana costed taunt is going to get reduced down to 1, and you can squeeze in hero power as well. So
7/8 into a 1/4. That's a jump.
Wow. I mean, is there any way for Strifecro to get out of this? I don't think so.
No, honestly, the Repentance, this is why I said there was such an interesting decision, because I feel like all 3 secrets could be really strong here. And he even went with the one we...
Didn't talk about it, though.
I mean, I thought it was pretty likely he would take it, but...
It's just the 2 Stonehills, right?
Noble Sack looked good to me, but then I realized, I mean, if he's buffing the Tarim, which he had to kill the 1/4, then suddenly the 3/1 is not even representing much, right? So
yeah.
Jade Lightning can be really painful. Like but now Strifecro is in mind with Getaway Kodo too. But you don't maybe want to kill Terran first.
But Jade Lightning and what though, right? Because Jade Lightning and then something, maybe a taunt, but it gets Repentance, right? So I think it's just so much mana that he feels like it's just fine.
Taunt hero power.
Okay, now he's been able to drop the flame tongue, means he can drop the white eyes behind this and actually hold some health on his taunt minion. Rolling the taunt totem as well was very good.
Yeah.
He will play it.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Banner
Right?
tied. You're like, no.
He's dead on board.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All that and the taunt totem wasn't even enough. Never mind. Take it all back.
Yeah.
Bless the King's getting some work done. Exact lethal there for Ostkaka. And that did go a little bit back and
Wow.
forth towards the late game, as it looks like Strifecro was able to stabilize, but it just wasn't enough. That secret, getting some work done.
Yeah, well, it was definitely the early game where there was a lot of pressure
Yeah.
going, and that Strife had to coin hex, and there were a lot of... before the Maelstrom Lightning Storm turn, he took already like 15 damage or something.
Well, it allowed Ostkaka to play aggressively, right? To go face and potentially set up lethal.
Yeah, and also it killed some of Strifecro's cards. Like straight up, the Fire Elemental became another card, right? Because if you play this, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So that's like the power of applying the pressure on the face.
Yeah, when the deck's so top heavy as well, it's like, yeah, 6 mana on a fire elemental. Good luck.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just making so many cards dead for your opponent.
Yeah.
It's really strong. He needs some exact answers, otherwise he dies. And yeah, eventually they come up one short.
Yep, that's like going into the next game now. And
That's a Finja.
Strifecro's going for his freeze mage against the Melt
Yeah,
Paladin.
Finja is not good in this match.
No, I was like, I don't think you keep Finja ever against Mage.
I agree. I wouldn't keep it. I said it. I saw the Finja, and then I saw the mage, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Never mind.
Yeah,
You just naturally go, Finja.
Yeah.
Good card.
I wonder if the Grim skill is a little bit awkward against Mage when you're going second, because it's so into the ping that I'm like, do I even want to...
But they want an archaeologist. I mean, you want the
You're
one
just
drop.
looking for a one
Yeah.
drop, right? Yeah, yeah.
I think it's you have to keep it, and you might pick up another one drop anyways
Ooh, at the moment,
with it.
The Fine Cleaver.
yeah, Curate a Vine Cleaver, not really what you're after at this point in the game.
Strifecro playing here Freeze Mage is a deck that he recently found a lot of love with, where he, of course, we all know Freeze Mage already for a long time in Hearthstone, but he recently really picked it up in the meta, and he actually also reached rank 1 with the Freeze Mage, and was really happy that he could also bring it here to the tournament now.
Yeah, he said, like me and Saul were talking about this before, but every single player we speak to thinks a different deck is the best deck in the game at the moment, and Strifecro thinks Freeze Mage is.
Oh, I definitely think Mage is also like probably the best class now to play on ladder. Maybe Shaman can be good. I feel Paladin gets countered a little bit too much around.
Okay. It was just funny then, you were like almost to the point of proving my point of going like, oh yeah, Mage is the best, but then like maybe Shaman, but then like Paladin gets countered, so it's just like there's still multiple classes that are looking really strong at the moment.
For me, it's Mage and Shaman.
Yeah, I think Mage strong, yeah.
Mage and Shaman are for me the...
But you like
two.
N'Zoth Paladin Green. Do you think that's the best deck?
On ladder?
No, but I mean, in a form, if you can ban away Quest Rogue, a lot of decks which are normally not that good become.
Yeah,
really
sure.
good, so That was my strategy.
Like
for this
the
one,
tier
so.
2 decks sort of come out to shine, right? If you can remove certain.
I don't think it's a tier 2 deck, but I don't think it's the best deck if we're talking in a format like ladder where every deck is allowed.
Yeah.
Obviously, Quest Rogue should never be allowed, but when it is,
Do you remove Quest Rogue from the game?
yes, please. That would be nice.
Blizzard.
And we can play some of the control decks that I bought here.
Oh, okay.
And a deck like Miracle Rogue also gets.
I was gonna say
punished by it, so-
you like Miracle Rogue, right?
Yeah, I love it. I think that might be the strongest deck, but
Everyone says a
Wow.
different deck. I love it. It's so good. Just shows the sort of fun place we are in the meta at the moment, right? If there's just so many decks that are even like at top tier said like, oh no, this is best. Oh no, this is best.
a lot of people think the Miracle Rogue is bad. So obviously, I'm probably a little bit alone on this one, but
What I will say is I played a reasonable amount of Miracle Rogue in the last season, and it's actually my highest win rate deck at the moment this season. And I actually think Miracle Rogue's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it's
but
so
more
fun.
than anything, there's like so much cool stuff you can end up doing. But double War Leader on the board for Ostkaka. The first one is going to be answered by the Frostbolt Ping. But Ostkaka now pretty much only has Blessing of Kings to go for.
that's also
That's-
really good against Mage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an 8/8.
so good.
It's one of the best things to play here for Ostkaka, to just connect more and more and more damage, to be super aggressive.
And what do you do against this, right?
Yeah, like
this is
you-
the scary thing for Mage.
I feel like now as well, the last couple of draws, like Ostkaka's just been able to keep going because of this like curator Vine Cleaver in hand. It's been a little bit slow, but the draws are just about keeping him in it here.
Yeah, and Strifecro just really struggling here. He is getting into the blizzard, so will now, after this War Leader connecting to the face, probably take quite some less. But it's going to be really difficult because from here on, every turn already you need to freeze.
The thing as well is with these two Murlocs down and the buffed Murloc being the War Leader, it means that Blizzard doesn't clear the board.
Yeah.
Which is actually a pain. So if you're going to Blizzard Murlocs, you expect at least a good chunk of them to die. There is Blizzard number 2 in hand for Strifecro, so, you know, this can, over the course of a few turns, start, you know, coming together for him, but it's still a bit of a nightmare.
I think he's just gonna tear him next turn as well. You know, like
Do it,
you have two cards that you can't play, and then you got the tear him. Probably playing
The
it.
Terram also works actually really well together with the War Leader, where the Murlocs are not becoming territories, but for that point, just 5/4. The buff is still counting after.
And you just
the
sort of
Terran.
negate the Blizzard to a large extent, right?
Yeah.
Blizzard comes down, you're like, no. Just tear him, go.
What Strifecro really needs at this point is a Doomsayer with Nova, I would say. That can really maybe get him back where he get that one turn to have a little bit more freedom in what to play. Yeah, I feel if you just hero power here with the Hunter, you are giving way too much room for removals.
Yeah. On the other hand, tear him like you really don't want that flame strike to happen if you tear him, right? Because you're 8.
And also as well, the War Leader's immune to Flame Strike.
Yeah.
Well, not immune, you know what I mean, doesn't die. So
No, maybe we can be.
Do you ever
we
like?
can just play the tube drop and the hero power, honestly.
Yeah.
Because then flame strike is.
Do you want to rock pull the War Leader?
No, I want to rock pull the 3/2.
Okay.
Because we're still thinking also about the blizzard. Okay, I can see the blizzard, but I think it should be on your mind as well. Because there are not that many things that the mage
I was just thinking, if you rock pull the War Leader, then Flame Strike, and then into ping next turn.
But then you tear him. Then you probably can somehow tear him, right? That's the point, is you buff the...
You keep the Murlocs alive to then tear him afterwards.
Yeah, because Flame Strike, you get 8 damage, so you're not scared of that, I feel. Ostkaka sees,
he's gonna go for it.
the same play that I see.
Validated Crane.
Yeah, super validated. No, but I think it just made a lot of sense.
Frost Nova now, though, isn't it?
Force Nova is a great pickup.
Yeah, but not this turn, right?
Yeah,
because like
Yeah,
if
but
we pick
it's
up
going to
an
be
AI,
so important. It's
Yeah,
going to be
exactly.
so important. Also, once there is now an Alex draw for Strifecro,
Yeah.
he suddenly gets a little bit out here with the ice block already up.
yeah, just burn, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really looking that great yet because he's not having the second ice block. But,
But he starts to piece together a plan.
And there
right?
is like a kind of some room now from Strifecro
Yeah.
where he struggled a lot in the early game.
Yeah, we see the draws that can win him the game. Like straight up, he draws Alex into Fireball and block, then the game is over. Unless Ostkaka has.
Ooh, but not maybe, because this is also one of the great counters to a freeze mage, High Geologist.
Yeah. I don't think you do it now, though, right?
I think I've never seen more ties than the last month or something, where like I have seen like 3 or 4 by eye for an eye tying games.
One of the awkward things is I've seen a lot of people go for eye for an eye on like a turn 2 hydrologist. It's like
Yeah.
That's early.
I don't know about that because you've actually got to get him there first.
Yeah, but it depends how good your hand is. Yeah, I like the curator, but there was a consideration for the Vine Cleaver simply because you have the term so you can kill a Doomsayer, right?
Yeah.
At this point, but the problem is that if you Vine Cleaver, then it's just a Flame
The
Strike
tokens
clears your
just die,
board,
yeah.
so you're probably more scared of the one card than the combination of some cards that you knew were not in your opponent's hand before.
Yeah, I guess the flip side of using Vine Cleaver as well is that you do start to like pressure a lot of damage as well.
Yeah.
So you do want to get this block done.
Yeah, you like
Ooh.
killing him.
I really like the Con of Cold, giving an additional freeze to the hand. Really great for freeze match. And this turn it actually is great together with a ping or with the Frostbolt.
Yeah. I also see the Cone of Cold buying him an extra turn for this this Doomsayer or Alex draw that he needs, or even picking up something like an AI.
big
Wow, this
Scavalist
is surprising.
It'd be so funny if one of the cards was Cone of Cold. He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
got
but,
him.
but now you're forced to play your Nova. You don't really get additional time. Of course, you can get another Nova and Blizzard from the Tome, but
That's I mean that's
Adventurous.
very hopeful. Yeah, okay, adventures. Yeah, let's go with that one.
Double Mega Saw go.
Yeah, well, you still really want to think about this. You know, there's no Doomsayer, right? But Are we getting to the point where we want to try to
I
Vine
think-
Cleaver setup? No, I don't think so.
Maybe you want it as like Ostkaka, like if you can just deal with the Doomsayer or with the Alex.
But you can
you're
deal
good.
with Doomsayer with spores, right? Like think about getting spores here is super sick. I think.
And you have 2 goes.
But on the other hand, you really want to kill the Doomsayer if it happens.
Yeah, with Vine Cleaver you can like set up and then tear him. You are always able to kill
also,
it.
All right.
bear in mind though, there's been 1 Frost Nova
Fine.
and 2 Blizzards. Like, there's
Maybe
not
there's
exactly
Vine
tons of
Cleaver.
freeze left.
Yeah. It's really
I like it. You're never gonna have more Murlocs on the board at this point.
spores.
You
I
get
think.
double adaptation.
Oh, actually, Divine Shield, sorry, is also really good. But
I
spores.
think you go
help
spores
you for
first,
the-
right?
Yeah, I like the spores.
Because you've got
so-
Tyrim in hand.
Hey, it's also just that plus also like Doomsayer, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
It does happen.
put both of those together.
Okay, yeah.
Ah,
well, there
Divine
you go.
Shield or
These are
attack.
all really good options, but Divine Shield makes a sturdy board. that's-
Especially for this War Leader, like, wow.
Yeah, Strifecro right about now, feeling a little disgusted.
Yeah,
Probably.
the Wall Leader's still alive. And it's been an 8-8
So
at one
what
point.
is the
in the game.
sequencing on this stuff? He has 1 freeze left, so you probably don't.
Well, it's pretty greedy to go for the R.
Yeah,
Oh my lord. Alex Nova.
Oh, wow, picks it
Oh
up.
my lord.
so.
Okay.
I think I like the glyph here to try and find burn
Yeah.
because or a block because you Nova this turn and then you go with the Alex every time.
The barrier is also not doing anything
No, no,
anymore.
no.
Like, it doesn't stop
yeah.
any additional damage. He will get popped anyway.
Oh, these are terrible.
He can
Shatter.
Nova
is not
shatter
Shatter the.
the Wall Leader.
If he shatters the wall leader, does he ever does then the barrier ever become relevant in some cases with like a
I
flame
mean,
strike or something?
maybe
I
not
don't-
with Tyrim, because we can see Tyrim, of course, but
But I think nothing of this does anything.
Yeah, Spellbender fits the curve, kind of. You can like play it connect and it blocks steeds, but you're not really at the point where these cards are.
does Steed
winning.
matter?
The one thing about the steed is that you maybe could block a counterspell since it doesn't get like this secret doesn't get proc for a long time. So maybe in some universe you make your opponent use.
I would still really like that
don't
one
know.
additional freeze that Strifecro is missing. Can turn out really big, where the Cone of Cold get frozen in the last turn. We'll have just an additional Frost Nova. And the Alex burn plan is still really tricky without a second ice block. He really has to draw this second ice block, and not getting an additional turn now.
Yeah, maybe next
Like,
turn we Kabbalist Tome for a Nova.
Yeah. We
Or,
ca-
or an Ice Block.
with another
both.
with another tome, and so we
Yeah.
can keep going.
Tome, Ice Block, at Frost Nova, go. That's what we want to see. Second now, though. Probably doesn't want to develop onto the board anymore. There's only 1 slot anyway. But Vine Cleaver means you can't play anything anyway. Huh.
Yeah, well, Fine Cleaver seems to play here, no matter if you attack or not attack. You get also a little information with this attack that it's not a barrier.
But now he can't play Deathwing next turn
Can
if
we-
the board is frozen.
Oh, he really wants to play Deathwing now.
Well, you know. There's a lot of Doomsayer.
Yeah.
No, I think it's gone past the point of it mattering now, though.
Well, Capitalist Stomp, Frost Nova Doomsayer. Great, let's
I mean,
go.
he
I
can't
mean,
play
that's what I
Tyrim.
suggested last turn, but
Huh?
He can't play Tyrim now, so to kill the Doomsayer.
I'm pretty sure if the Con of Cold was picked there, and now you will still have a Nova. Like, if you have Nova Doomsayer on this turn, it's disgusting. Like, I think it's straight up cold win the game there for
I
Strife
think
Pro.
you might have to just Alex this. I think that's the highest win rate play.
Alex and cross
What,
your
what, are,
fingers.
what are the odds on getting the freeze on the Kabbalist Tome? Because you do need just that.
Four-
It's not good enough to find block.
There's 14 cards
14
left in the
cards.
deck as well versus 14, so that's still a lot of cards actually.
14, that's a block. What about Archaeologist into block? That's kind of not good
Two
enough
up.
because then you only push 4 with the because you don't even have the fireball which you need, so you can't even draw the block and then be good. Like you need to literally hit AI next turn into fireball block.
Yeah, Strife's gonna go for it.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
Everything else far too slow
Cabal-
after having
yeah.
to use all those freezes early on.
Exactly. Kabbalist Tome can never get him there, as far as I can sort of count in my head.
So what Ostkaka is really looking for now is we need to get this Hydralist in play. Looking for that Eye for an Ice, I think, the main for what Ostkaka wants to do now.
Yeah, so he ends up having to sacrifice his 4/6 because he wants to pop at 1, right? So he, yeah,
testing for counterspell here
Yeah,
too.
this is what we were
So
talking about, right? So now he doesn't have a guaranteed pop if there gets a freeze.
Ooh,
Whiff.
no Ivor and I.
Yeah.
You probably just play it anyway, just to make Strifecro respect it a little bit.
Did you like this Consecrate at all? I mean,
You mean because there's no reach from hand now? Because barrier can soak the vine cleaver if the board is.
I mean,
frozen.
Ostkaka could maybe have like just seen the secret
Yeah,
first.
exactly, right,
But if he
exactly.
would have picked up Ivor and I like the counterspell.
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
wouldn't have picked up, or like this case, maybe that it wasn't really the way to go.
did he even did he already test the secret for mirror? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
he-
didn't even test it for mirror, right?
He played
Vine,
Hydrologist.
Vine and hero. Yeah, but he did that after Consecrate.
Oh right.
Last turn, I don't know if he played a minion.
Yeah, I played the Hydro list.
Last turn?
The turn before.
I mean, the turn before. Like, did he after?
No, that was
'cause it was
just a
frozen.
fight,
It was
yeah.
frozen, right?
Did he test for mirror entity or
I don't
not? Do
think
we know?
so.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
Because I feel like he played Vine Cleaver and Hero Power, and that's 9 mana, so he couldn't do anything else. So yeah.
Wow, and
Well-
you see the relief there on Ostkaka because double Fireball Frostbolt was just a kill there.
Yeah, that was just game,
It was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
just. But Strifecro didn't get the pieces there at the end together. Went for the Alex burn. Didn't have the burn or second block.
And that's what's really scary when you're playing a deck that doesn't have heal, is that if they have Ice Block up and they Alex you can just lose. Like, that's just the game.
Yeah.
You know, after all that work that Ostkaka put in to get there, he could have just lost due to Alex and then the double Fireball
They
Frostbolt.
have like 40 power on the board half of the game, but
Still not good enough.
yeah. The other guy has this Ice Block. Ice Block is such an
Ooh.
amazing, unique card.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing Strife's Warrior, and it's going to be Quest Warrior.
Quest Warrior was like maybe there was a Pirate Warrior coming out. You never know, right?
But this
nope.
also means that Strifecro is in an insanely dire situation. If you have to counter aggro Murloc Paladin with Taunt Warrior, you're not in a good
So,
spot.
I'll be honest, I've not played tons of Quest Warrior.
It's very unfavored.
Are you throwing the Quest in this matchup? Because I actually just don't know. I'm
I
completely honest with
feel
you.
it's really difficult because sometimes it still comes down to an hard value game, especially with Ostkaka's version
Yeah.
playing Fine Cleaver and playing Theory. It's a pretty heavy deck. But Strifecro decides to mulligan away. It's
I
a
like
close
it.
one. Like against the aggro Paladin, it's really close
Yeah.
because it is a more aggressive way.
Yeah, I do like it though, because it's so easy for you to just get smoked down, like run down in the mid game. So I like this approach, even though, yeah,
It's a tough one, right? Because of how the Murloc Paladin deck works,
And that's how-
it can get you,
Yeah.
and then it can go late as well. So it's so powerful.
There is a reason why Murloc Paladin has been a deck that
Yes.
looks pretty good for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just think about how tough the matchup is when you kind of want to keep the secret, but you know that they're so strong in the early game.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't want to keep it anyways. Or the quest, sorry, not the secret. This is a tricky matchup. And definitely not a situation that Strifecro enjoys here, being
Yeah,
down.
and
2-0.
last series as well, Ostkaka's Paladin did extremely well versus Frozen. It got him 3 of the wins out of 4. So his deck getting some work done.
Yeah, it seems like it's just the way to go. Just take the curve Paladin rather than the control Paladin.
Yeah.
In a last year standing format, I say yes. Because
Yeah.
there you have like some decks, if you can high roll a little bit and you win some additional matchups,
Yeah.
it can be really, really important.
Yeah, because winning on favorables is how you break your opponent's neck, right?
We have seen in Conquest that mid-range Paladin has been like maybe one of the weakest decks sometimes because
Yeah.
lineups are so made against it with
Yeah, yeah.
hungry crabs around and just good matchups in general.
It's kind of a funny thing, right? There's some sort of an equilibrium of where the amount of hungry crabs is forcing the Murloc Paladin to not be played as much, and then
soon
at
as
some
they
point
die off,
when there's no hungry crabs, it just feels like it's the nuts almost.
I mean, it's the nature of tech cards, right? They're there to make sure nothing gets completely out of control.
Yeah, but it's kind of an artificial balance, right? Because you just see how it's destroying people here when there's no crabs, right? So
Ostkaka actually beat Frozen's Murloc Paladin.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, okay, never mind. Doesn't matter what I was about to say. That's a turn to
Wow,
Kenja.
and this could have even been more disgusting.
yeah,
Also, Ostkaka actually doesn't have a way to proc anything now this turn with Vinya. He doesn't get the 2 Murlocs out.
Yeah, but
he just
he can be
secret-
patient. Yeah,
He's just
hero
secret
power.
pass.
Well, maybe hero power pass. Not playing the secret.
Yeah, okay. The secret isn't doing much.
I will just hero power pass. I think you never play
You also
Kodo here.
expect you have to expect
Cool.
the ghoul, so you can never hero power and Kodo. I feel like, even though that's the. I don't like not hero powering. Basically,
Yeah.
So.
Well, if your hero power and the ghoul goes down, the 1/1 has kind of ended up doing the 1 damage to the rat anyway, right? Because the ghoul does 1 damage. So.
Oh man! Also,
Yeah,
that,
get the Kodo right.
also if the Tyrion would have gotten out there for Ostkaka like it was really close to that, we all have been
Yeah, that would be.
just game losing. I almost want to say.
I really agree with just hero power.
Yeah. I think that's
Nothing
actually
about
better
it.
looking back at it now.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, though, Strife does have Sleep with the Fishes, which is a great card at clearing up a low health board. Unless a war leader comes out and then you cry.
Interesting attack. Like it's not doing much. This attack because also the True Silver next turn with Vinya is.
He's just setting up Sleep, right? Because the Hydrologist will probably kill itself when it trades. And if everything goes in, it all dies minus the Finger plus whatever. But if not, then
Yeah, but
Sleep's
this one
rocked.
attack.
I'm not.
It just
sure
plays
what it
really
is.
hard into Ghoul, and the Ghoul will now also the Dirty Rat can just trade the Hydrolist away. Yes, it goes to 2 HP, so that's the benefit.
Yeah.
But that call you could always do that on your own turn.
Yeah.
So
Brawl's now been drawn as well for Strife, so he does have a at least that turn 4 with the coin.
I still
Kind of
think-
a backup plan.
I still think like maybe Strifecro wants to hold on the Ghoul because of Ghoul with Sleep with the
Yeah.
Fishes.
So you're thinking coining the 2/6, but then ghoul is still 2 turns away.
Yeah.
So annoying having to use the coin, right?
I mean, do you just not and coin Brawl next turn?
Wow.
It's tough. It's tough, right?
Passive approach here.
So
But just go for coin Brawl.
he hates using the coin so much that he just hero powers. I can actually
Yeah.
understand this. This makes his hand look much better, honestly. If he uses the ghoul, his hand looks weaker as well. Yeah, I think that was the right call by Strifecro, actually.
Oh, pretty weak Murlocs here for.
Now he has
Ostkaka.
Ghoul coin Sleep, and it just clears the board.
Yeah, pretty weak, but on the other hand, tight collar can be nasty.
Yeah, like a
no
Varley,
ice.
Varley it could be really big because it could maybe
Yeah,
put out the Titanter out of ranges, but yeah.
So, the Kodo.
Can go getaway hero power for a little bit more board value. Can set up the True Silver. Maybe a little bit scared of Coin Harrison.
Are you scared of coin Harrison? Because
If you don't attack, you can just attack and then it's all right. I think with this Murloc board.
Well, yeah, I think the attack's okay-ish, but also if Harrison comes down, you have the Murloc board, right? So, and Finger pulls another 2, which is getting more and more likely that one's a war leader.
Yes, and not playing Kodo, I like it.
I think you have to remove this board. I think you cannot be more greedy. And this totally agree with the Sleep with the Fishes.
It's just good, right? All the value you get here, you don't allow this Finja to do more ridiculous stuff. Like, even if there's a Megazord next turn, maybe the fishes suddenly isn't sufficient. So, he definitely got to clear the Murlocs when you get.
And this was the payoff for holding onto the coin as well, right? And it actually did work really, really well for Strive. True Silver just going to come down now, nothing too flashy.
Also, just hang on to the coin. I mean, if the Megazord happened, then it buffed in some weird way where the fishes didn't work, cool fishes, then you could roll.
Yeah, exactly. Like the hold on the coin there was actually pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made sense.
So one of the tech cards that the Paladin is also really cutting, one, it starts to be more aggressive, is the Kodo. Kodo is just such a strong card against Warrior,
Yeah.
where you can just get rid of the Armor Smith or the Bluetooth Brave.
Yeah, Kodoing an LA Armor Smith is
It's
just the best
so-
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of my way, warrior scum.
Yeah. Was it you who fire-lanced the Ali Armor Smith against my hunter?
Who did what? Yes.
Yeah.
That was me.
That's one of the worst feelings in the world as the hunter.
It was a great
It
feeling.
was horrible.
I guess he...
Not that we can talk about bad fire-lands when Tice is on the couch with us.
I'm not gonna comment on this. I don't remember my series anymore.
I remember a couple of good legendaries that came out of Firelands, and they weren't your Firelands. Oh my!
I almost forget it, Raven.
Sorry,
Do you
mate.
really have to bring it up again?
I did. Yeah.
It's all right.
The amount of times we've heard the phrase "I got paddled" down in like the play area is.
Because players like to meme.
Players really love that phrase.
Yeah.
I like it as well.
I mean, all I hear when someone says I got paddled is you got beat by someone who plays really well. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't say I got paddled at any point.
Ah, okay.
But
Other people.
yeah, people. I mean, if you lose to Pavel, it's just.
Well, you did get
it's just
paddled,
the right,
right?
thing
I
to
mean,
say.
you did lose to Pavel.
I didn't.
No, Tice did. I was looking at Tice.
I'm not saying there's a reason why I have been silent for the last 30 seconds.
I just wanted you to remind him again.
Okay, well, now moving into turn 7, Vine Cleaver is going to be live, and Vine Cleaver's kind of a pain for the Taunt Warrior.
Yeah. And also the thing about the Vine Cleaver that's so scary is that it's you're always having to worry about the Terrim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like going Fine Cleaver at 7 and turn 8, making 2 1/1s and setting up a Terrim.
3 1/1s with hero power.
Yeah. Consecration is alright, but is that what you want to like go for on a board like this? Otherwise, Fine Cleaver just on curve looks pretty good.
Do you just suck it up and play the Vine Cleaver here?
Yeah, well,
it sucks, but...
No, it doesn't suck.
No, I mean, like, you're hitting a 1 health minion, but
It's fine.
it's
It
too good not to play, right?
It's also when you're going into Tyrion already, you kind of want to have the Fine Cleaver already done.
Start swinging.
Exactly.
With the Ashbringer that you probably will get in 1 or 2 turns later.
Yeah, I like it. Oh,
Actually, simply because of the Tyrion, he might feel that he wants the Vine Cleaver.
Put it the other way around.
Procs. Yeah, exactly. He wants all 3 swings with the Vine Cleaver.
okay, so it looks like Ostkaka might actually want Tyrion first.
Interesting.
And then save Vine Cleaver for late game.
I'm not sure about it.
What if he's just saving this Tyrion for turn 9 with the Kodo, honestly? I could honestly see. He's been hanging on to this Kodo for a long time, knowing that he can... Yeah, like we talked about, Strifecro didn't keep the quest, so now he can take it slow.
It's hard to get the full value. Or like, you will probably have a little bit minions left once you're going into it with the Fine Cleaver up.
Right, just got Slam Tyrion. Could have used Vine Cleaver then to
And,
clear.
I like this a lot.
Vine Cleaver was so bad on the board
Yeah.
with the trades, so... And also, you have to think about this 8-mana taunt. You know, Primordial Drake.
Yeah,
Playing
I've heard of him.
You're playing
Okay.
Vine Cleaver there. Ugh.
Has been a card that has won many games. One of probably the cards that really locks games down, I feel.
Yeah, I was just
The
about to
Primal
say,
Drake.
I would love to see a stat that was concedes in ratio of cards being played. And I'm pretty sure Drake's up there. You know, if you see a Drake and it blows you
Yeah.
out, people probably just concede the most versus that card. Or at least, you know, that card's up there in the top 5, maybe.
Yeah, Rogue Quest is doing pretty well too, I would say,
Yeah,
once it gets
yeah,
played
yeah,
for
yeah.
5 mana
Yeah.
or 2.
mana.
Yeah.
Even just the 1-mana quest. I've conceded many games to turn 1 quests.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, there are some
Saving
decks where
time.
there are some decks where you just don't win. It doesn't matter.
No faith from Crane.
Sometimes you just gotta save some time and hurry up and queue.
Crane's
some
time is
you
valuable.
you gotta queue up some dirty aggro deck instantly and hope you queue into the same dirty quest rogue player.
Then you just end up even, though.
Yeah, but you were the one doing it at the end, so
Ah.
your ending.
You had the last laugh.
You are ending feeling is better.
Yeah. You managed to get the last laugh.
Oh, this turn is so weak, right? Because he's committed to the line where he's playing Vine Cleaver, like after
Yeah.
using this weapon. You can't throw away this weapon by playing Vine Cleaver, even though.
Well, it kind of became in this spot for Ostkaka where he wanted to save on with the Fine Cleaver, go with the Consecration.
Does he
earlier.
ever play Kodo, pass, and then Deathwing?
To
That
be
would be
honest,
sick. Kill it twice, friend.
No.
I like it.
to be
I don't
honest,
know.
I
It's
like
not
it.
even that terrible.
How
but
did
like,
he
be
kill it
honest,
twice?
to-
He's seen an execute as well.
to be honest, it's you probably cannot hero power here because of the Acolyte.
I wanted the Deathwing, so
Well, he can still do it. Like, don't worry.
It's
Don't worry,
Oh,
Raven.
that's a Harrison. This is actually a good reason to hang on to the weapon as well, by the way, and not overlap them.
Yeah, you refill.
Because you expect at some point there might come a Harrison down to one of the weapons.
Into
and then,
the D.
But then it comes down on the fine cleaver early on, but it's 4-2.
yeah, but what if it's drawn at that point? But it's more scary for you
Mm-hmm.
to overlap the first weapon and then get the next one Harrison, so you're out of
True.
weapon after having the. Like you want the weapon on to get you like the tempo afterwards.
So, and this shows a little bit why Quest Warrior is actually just so popular or being a deck around. Even without the quest, it's just you play quite some
It's
good
just good,
cards.
yeah.
You just play still a pretty good deck.
Are you just trying to hype up the control warrior where you're not playing quest?
Oh no, well.
Yeah, you don't need quest.
I do a lot though. I do a lot. I've been playing it a lot. It has been the deck I've been playing the most last week, I think.
I think what was interesting for me to watch as well, and it kind of helped because of HGG was on, like every single week since the expansion came out, is the evolution of which decks you throw the quest away against.
He's doing your play. He's doing this and passing and then deathwing.
Yes!
Yeah, I like it. I was actually also considering this on this turn.
The only option, the only thing you're not able to attack at all with the weapon because
No,
you're
no,
getting
yeah.
the 1/1s.
Who cares? You've seen Harrison. That weapon can stick around.
I think Strifecro might actually have a little bit of a read here anyways, though.
Nah, I'm not sure if you
You
can make
used
the
a
full
lot of
read.
mana that
I
turn
mean,
as well.
And the good thing is, like, Curator is totally fine to play. Like, you still get, you're drawing 2 cards, you are getting a Stonehill going, so he's not losing much more value out of his
All
hand.
he needs to do is never kill his own Deathwing. He'll be fine.
Honestly, Ancient of Blossoms might be just fine against the Murlocs because on a lot of board states, the 3 damage will
It's enough, right?
will kill everything. So then, essentially, for trading purposes, might as well be 30 to 8, right?
Three
it's just the health.
three is a great number at the moment in Hearthstone.
Yeah.
So yeah, Strifecro taking more initiative, but also still drawing this turn a lot, not making his hand any weaker.
You hate to throw away these cards.
I mean, it's worth it though, right?
Well, you're just taking so much
Yeah, you
damage
just die.
otherwise. 9, 10.
I definitely do want to see a PogChamp in the chat for the Deathwing
You
play,
gotta
though.
play Deathwing.
The animation!
Woo!
He might also attack here.
Wow.
But, you wait a
No,
turn,
you never
right?
attack, right?
You wait one turn.
Test for execute.
Wow.
Yeah, get the execute and then slam him again. Yeah.
Oh, Fire Bloom up.
Oh, the quest.
I mean, he actually has a... How many taunts does he have left? Do you think he has enough to actually
I
complete
mean, he has
the quest?
5 in his hand, so.
He probably
Yeah, that's
has
what I
a lot
mean. He's
left.
probably got 2. He's got 1 more Drake. Oh, no, the
And
both
he got
hands,
the
sorry,
beast
both.
as well.
Yeah, he's got the beast from the
comes back.
6.
So, yeah.
Imagine if he's only got 6 left. That's heartbreaking.
So-
He wouldn't have played it.
That's so funny, man, to see the quest being played at
It's
turn
playing.
10. Like, oh yeah,
And-
oh
and
yeah.
still
We have,
doable.
we have this quest thing that we can also still follow.
There's another rat, right?
No, you read it at turn 2, where
That's
the
true.
Finja
Oh,
came
yeah,
out.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So there's no more rat.
And he's still in the game.
Ooh.
That is a perfect pickup. Wow.
Ostkaka agrees. You see how fast he played it. It
So
was
fast, it
for-
grew.
Too fast for us.
Does he have a 2/6 left?
Now we need to hurry up and play the next card so it slams down onto the board. That is how you fix it, right?
He might only have 7 taunts left. Strifecro.
Yeah, maybe there's a Tar Creeper in it or not. Like, it has been...
Will he play 2 hatchlings, or do you think it's just 1 in the list?
I think this one. Yeah.
I know it's
pretty-
normally 1, but
I don't know if he's running. I don't think
We
he's
saw
running
double. We
Tarkir.
saw already double Bluetooth Brave, and that's also not one that is always
double.
a
We've
two
seen.
up.
Have we seen 2 Aliama Smiths?
Yes.
Yes.
Did
We
you
have,
see
right?
2 Blood Who's this game?
Yes.
Oh, then I
Wait,
don't
well,
know
this
if he
is
has
the
anything
first game
yet.
he's played of Warrior, right?
Did he
Yeah.
play 2 Stonehills
Yep.
I think so too. Yeah.
as well?
But I feel also all the minions that Strifers able to play also pressure already quite some too. But now the Deathwing is on board and no removal directly for the Deathwing.
Oh, okay. I need to fix spectate production. I'm preemptively sorry, but the actual spectate's broke. So, good job. Good job, production. Just couldn't stream back in.
La 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 la.
And whappa.
And
There we go. So you got the Megasaur and the Vilefin Inquisitor.
Interesting that Ostkaka decided to not hero power again just because of the getaway Kodo he wants to value from.
By the way, that is the nuts. Getting Vilespine is so good with Megasaur because you can
double up.
Exactly. You can. It doesn't matter that it's smaller than the other guys, but it just makes an extra guy.
Yeah.
And then you can Megasaur. And you use like 2, 3, 4, 5. It's even 9 mana. It's like almost perfect curve for next turn. Like an entire perfect curve turn.
Perfect.
Almost. Yeah,
And look at the points both these players are now, because this has been quite a grindy game. Actually, probably more grindy than we thought it would be. Who do you think's actually ahead here? Because I think it's very difficult to tell.
I think the Crow is ahead.
Yeah, I think Strifecro's ahead here.
Just due to resources?
I don't know, man. Like,
and also towards the top decks that are still around and the removals that...
Ooh. He can actually trade off his own Curator now, and the Kodo's still alive. The secret.
I think you want to do something this turn, though.
We need to weapon into the Acolyte, right? Just trade weapon.
It's so weird, though.
I'm thinking if you want to deal 12 damage in the face, so if that's any relevant, but it's probably not. You are way. It's way too expensive. It's way too expensive because you're trading still your minions.
You also give Strifecro 2 draws on the Acolyte.
Yeah, that's why it's too expensive.
Do we want this Curator back so badly that we don't attack this turn? Because the play that I see that I think outmake was the 12-10 into the 3-8, then face into the 3-2, and then
what?
The 4-3 and the 1-3.
He doesn't want the Curator bounced, right?
Because yeah, that's the thing. But if he doesn't want the Curator bounced, then he's not that unhappy with having the 1/1s bounced in case of whirlwind effect. But on the other, I mean,
how deep are we in the decks though? Because we are getting there 10 and 7 cards. Ostkaka only having 7 cards left in the deck.
He's gonna go.
He drew more than the warrior.
So So this tells me is that he doesn't mind getting the Curator back.
Yeah.
Right. That's what this play is. This play is, I mind getting.
To be fair, in one way, you've still not seen an execute, and Curator is defending Deathwing, regardless, right? Because outside of execute, it's defending it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take any damage, which means he doesn't have to bounce Deathwing, replay it, and lose the cards in his hand again.
But this way, you give an extra card, and you make the primordial.
He's going for the mill game, right? Of course. There's only 5 cards left, Crane. It's gonna fatigue him.
Actually, he is just going to fatigue him.
Yeah.
He might also
cards for the warrior, but there is a second Stonehill Lavender. What we missed before.
Oh, did we? Oh,
okay. So the quest is well, it's still going to take a lot of time because also we have to draw the beast again.
He needs to play Drake. No, we just don't need the beast. We can play Drake, and we can play the Stonehill and the thing from that guy. That's 4. Because the Stonehill is, Stonehill is 2, obviously. But he will also draw the beast really fast because there's only 5 cards.
Yeah, because there's not anything left to draw.
Ooh, that's
the spice.
Not needed here yet, but really good to pick up.
Well, the fact that he can go hero power, Vilefin, hero power, like with the Megasaur, set up a board, see what happens, then have time to follow up if he needs to.
There are also 2 brawls. And Ostkaka knows that there are 2 brawls, and he's probably pretty sure that he knows that at least one has to be in the hand by now.
Yeah. I wonder if he knows there's 2 brawls. A lot of decks are only running 1. There were a lot of people running the list with 1.
Usually for this type of tournament, you need to run. People run 2 simply because once the other guys know, like if they see your deck, and they know there's 1 brawl, that's
there's no fear factor, right? Once you play 1. Also as well, there is the oh my god.
It's also Dirty Red. Once the Dirty Red, the Dirty Red list almost always runs double. So.
Yeah. This Deathwing getting a lot of value though. Battle Rage dead in Strifecro's hand. Definitely doesn't want to play it. There's the swing going wide and saying, well, Deathwing's a 12-1. Do you have Brawl? Oh, any AoE?
Well, the Drake also looks really good here.
He knows he has Brawl, but
yeah.
I think the Drake also making your quest a little bit faster because you have to play the Stonehill with the taunt from the Stonehill plus the Drake, and you probably want to play the Drake first then.
I also think the hero power is mostly that he doesn't want to just let Strifecro slam and then, save the brawl. He's aware that he needs these brawls to happen
goes
as
for
well.
the brawl. But if this goes a little bit unfortunate, then there's still a lot of under pressure.
He can always use slam on anything.
Oh.
That's funny. He's always got slam now to just use to get rid.
Yeah, he also doesn't want to
Doesn't
draw
have to
anymore.
draw. Yeah, exactly.
Whoa. Oh, no, he still has mana.
Only Direhorn.
I thought he was leaving up the deathwing here.
Yeah, with the Vine Cleaver as well to just kill the stone. Only Direhorn just feels correct.
This could, yeah, but you want this quest complete? It could honestly be a 2-mana thingy. Could you play it this turn? I sure.
Then it's the public defender. I think you pick always the public defender over the grunt.
For
But
sure.
I don't mind the Dyron either. I kind of can see Strifecro keeping on with the Primal Drake, also in combination with Sleep with the Fishes. Having a 5 damage AoE turn can be really good against Murloc heavy boards.
Yeah, it's been pretty strong.
Might already be really strong next turn because Ostkaka has to now
Do
get back on
something.
board. Yeah. I mean, Therium also looks in a way good, but...
Stonehill is such a good pickup. Ooh. I think Burnt Bristle is better. The mana thing is not that important. Burnt Bristle is so good as well, like post-quest. If it ever gets to that, he might honestly just play it pretty soon, though. But also the health, right? You buff it with Term, you gain 3, maybe even twice.
Yeah, Divine Shield. Dread Corsair gets played here, but yeah, do you want to even play much more?
You don't want to overcommit anyway.
You're gonna also attack with your Vine Cleaver, so...
Yeah. Maybe he only attacks with Vine Cleaver this
Yeah,
time.
I like this. Good boy.
Good, Ostkaka.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna hero power. It's for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see not playing the Burn Bristle here simply.
Yeah, I
like,
think
this
it's
is wide
fast,
enough,
yeah.
and he knows there's a...
Ooh.
Doesn't anyway, but he knows there's a Drake. I mean, it's only the shield you lose, but it's kind of annoying.
Well, it's also the main, yeah.
He knows there's another Brawl as well, though.
Yeah.
So Drake again looks, but yeah, it's not full clearing at all. The Drake.
Ostkaka really being so patient because the quest was mulliganed away, and it might work out for him. Yeah.
We already talked about it from the start on, but we knew that it could just become super, super close when the quest is getting mulliganed away. That an aggro paladin can just translate in such a strong value deck is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think what's crazy, though, is that when the quest got picked up and was still doable, because that kind of, for me, is like the final nail in the coffin here.
Yeah,
This
like if it would have been drawn like 2 turns later, then
Yeah,
the
exactly.
quest could probably not even have been done anymore.
And that means as well, you got to think about, one, there's the rag hero power, but also Sulfuros, like the actual weapon to just leverage the board to be able to hit with that hero power almost where you want. And that could just be too much. I mean, Ostkaka's 2 hero powers and 1 damage away from dying after that Sulfuros.
Ooh, he's going for this. Oh, he really needs a good... If you tear him, you just kind of... Yeah, you get a little wrecked here.
He has to do something, though, right? Is he not
Yeah,
going to swing?
yeah,
He doesn't swing it.
Kind of also, I mean, the 6/9 you really want to deal with. You don't just want to go with the... Because, like, the other play was maybe Stonehill Defender into...
But then you just do the same play as this the turn after, right?
I was just thinking of attacking with, or maybe make the attack, but yeah, it's also not so.
I like the Stonehill
appealing.
and then tear him, to be honest, because I really, really like this Inquisitor plus the Megasaur. I think I would have preferred just playing the Taunt and just having one less 3/3.
Is he really presuming this board's going to die, though?
He knows there's a Drake, he knows there's a...
Yeah, but
Vicious,
it's not really a big board to kill off with all of your AoE, right? Do you know what I mean? That's all, pretty much all he's got left now. There's no Brawls left. I think this was just enough by Ostkaka.
So
Maybe.
actually, Strifecro went for the 6-mana taunt here. Well, does he want to play the Sylvaris? Cannot get the Rex shot in.
Fire War Axe doesn't really do much with hero power, so it's just going to go Sulfuros.
Strifecro really has to keep on with the Primal Drake because of the Vine Cleaver that's still online.
Yeah, and what this does as well is this playing the Sulfuros now opens up the Drake plus hero power next turn if he needs it.
Yeah, or Drake with Fishes is still
Yeah,
like the
exactly,
great answer. And wow, this pickup looks pretty great because the clean becomes so nice, and you can do it
And
without.
just Mega Sword.
You can do it without the fine cleaver, so you still have like a little bit of stuff
This
behind.
adept is going to decide.
There's potentially
the game.
17 damage if Wind Fury's down.
Okay.
These were not.
Poisonous-
Oh,
They are
they are the
horrible.
worst. They are the worst.
Health was really good here too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything but
anything
these three was really good here. Even +1/+1 is better than any of these three.
+1/+1 was one off being good.
And also spores
Still
or
better
something.
than these, though.
Spores were really good.
Oh wow.
Divine Shield was the nuts. 3 health was the
This
nuts.
is-
Wind Fury was maybe enough damage to
Wind Fury was
justify it.
He's on
Attack
22.
5, 10. I feel like it might have been 20 if you attack with. Yeah, it would be 20 damage. You push with the weapon. And
Going
then
for
it's
this-
Oh,
7.
sure, yeah.
Going for the stealth even. When
Yeah.
when you pick stealth, you know something went really wrong in your adept.
But Ragnarok's shot can't hit
this
stealth,
is
right?
So unlucky.
Wow, almost out of cards. One
Ghoul,
card left.
fish, Drake, fish.
Ostkaka having 5 cards left.
I mean, this is just a clear, right?
Yeah, with either the ghoul or he's just thinking about if he does it with the ghoul, he can fit in the hero power, but
Does he just
he
want
has
the
to
Drake?
hit the 3/7 then.
Yeah.
I like the Primal Drake sleep with the fishes a lot.
Yeah, give
here.
it one turn hero power, right? You have a 4/8.
I mean, you only have to press your hero power 2 times to kill the paladin, and the ghoul is also really cheap against the fine cleaver. That still makes it
Yeah.
to the 1/1s.
And you save the weapon
So
swings.
I really like to keep the ghoul. I think ghoul is one of the best cards for
I
Stripe
think
to have. now.
I think I really like shooting though. That's why I'm really not sure if I like this. But actually, he doesn't have to. With this,
Yeah, he
he
has
doesn't
8.
have to actually. This is just better.
he has 8 from the Drake and the weapon, and then hero power again.
It's just a cleaner way of killing Term this way.
Yeah.
Like the one that damage difference matters so much.
Yeah.
And you're able to get your more expensive card out. Like it's not always easy to get the Drake out where the ghoul clears the fine cleaver, the 1/1 murlocs too.
Ugh, these are not the ones you want. Abomination, you're dead. So we're probably not picking that one.
More than likely.
No, I think he's dead on board with Abomination.
I meant
you
more
traded.
than likely you're not picking it.
Yeah.
Because you're dead.
Yeah.
Well, then it's the second-rate bruiser. It's always better than the horror here. 3/4 over a 4/5, and you can still fit in the hero power.
Yeah, it's not like he can Blessing of Kings with one and not the other, right? He just can't anyway.
So then the bruiser's always the pick here.
Or is he think?
Maybe he thinks of Abomination, but
No, he always
Bru-
dies from Abomination.
yeah,
right?
and bruiser has to
Oh,
be.
there is the 1/4 that I missed. So he didn't always die.
Just
I
most.
forgot about the Stonehill Defender.
It's fine, Crane. We'll let you off.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop believing anything you say anymore.
Yeah, washed up.
Ooh,
Oh, so there was a consideration for
there
the
is
Abomination after all.
actually Strifecro being 1 damage off now.
Well-
With the ghoul execute trade and with the wreck shot and the 4 damage weapon.
Yeah, well, you still do it.
Nah, you might not execute. I'm not sure if you execute here.
Yeah, just ghoul double trade hero power.
Yeah,
Guarantee 1 to face, and then you have weapon execute next
Yeah, you
turn.
just ghoul, right?
You have weapon
You-
execute
you-
next turn, right? So
I think you have to go because otherwise the 1/1 is just scary that it takes the wreck shot and you're not
You
being able
definitely
to
ghoul.
kill.
You definitely ghoul, but you don't execute, I don't think.
yeah, you ghoul double trade, weapon execute next turn, and then hero power again to win.
Because then you have the execute for any.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see what you lose to then.
Yeah, but can you ever
So-
activate? Like you have a freaking wreck hero power.
Well, you can with your
Right,
weapon.
Warrocks.
Yeah, but I think I like this a lot, the execute. You just get it in.
And the more I think about it, I don't
Because
like it.
because you have a wreck shot that kills everything. It's your execute too.
But maybe we simply can't think of anything that beats either line, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Rallying Blade.
Well, that
It's not gonna beat the line.
Wow, what a game! Like I have not seen many of these Taunt Warrior against aggressive paladin matchups going this way. Either is a blowout normally for either one of them, but going so close to the value game.
I mean, especially when you dirty Ryan Finger out
Wow.
on 2, and it still wasn't
Well,
enough.
it could have been worse. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah,
it was if Tyrion will pop out there.
Yeah.
if he doesn't get the warrior, if he doesn't get the warrior crest in time, he simply loses.
Yeah, I think
Strifecro.
so. Yeah.
He might even, honestly, the way the game panned out, he might have saved some taunts, right? Because he had like 4, 5, a lot of taunts in his hand when he like drew the quest, and he might have been trying, like in the back of his mind, like trying to hang on to a couple of them, simply because if he drew the quest, he could win the long game.
Okay, well, moving on to the next game. This is what we've all been waiting for. Ostkaka back on the big druid. Can we get some easies in the chat?
Yeah.
Big, easy druid.
Easy.
I don't know how to say that one, but
Easy,
I think
big,
it's such a
easy,
silly
druid,
deck.
easy.
Yeah, it's a silly deck.
You're a silly deck.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a mega deck.
Yeah, well,
It's playing mega cards.
he's not throwing away the quest for this one. Not a surprise at all. Nothing too crazy, though, from Ostkaka.
Well, innovate nourish for mana, then you start slamming
That
your
just
stuff, it's
starts
fine.
doing stuff. Also, as well, to a certain extent, with Deathwing in hand, well, with 2 dragons in hand, there is always a chance that the other Deathwing coming from Barnes, for example,
Yeah.
and even as well, Anaconda makes these sort of cards in hand not exactly dead.
The Deathwing animation is so PogChamp. The
the other one,
both
Dragonlord?
of them, both of them.
Oh, yeah, well, both of
actually,
them
but
are
it's,
sick,
yeah, the Dragonlord.
With the dragons flying over. Yeah. Were you disappointed in the Thanos animation when they got updated?
No.
Compared to the Deathwing one?
It's so good.
Is it?
I think the Telnos is perfect for like, and Deathwing is at 12, 10 mana, but for Telnos just being that 2 mana guy,
just
just
like-
plop, plop, plop.
It's just like a blue fart, isn't it? It's like...
No, there's like the pink lightning and
Just
looks
the
so fancy.
Yeah, and the efficiency of poop and then cards.
Okay. You guys really like those effects?
You're not seeing it, Raven. The beauty.
I see the beauty in the Deathwing animation. That's what I see.
I was actually thinking if you want to draw it, because this warrior might be one of the matchups where you are like, I actually might need to have quite some.
Well, if you play a
draws.
minion, it gets executed. Then you play a minion, it gets executed. Then suddenly you might actually be very dry.
I think also
Yeah.
the second Innovate draw made that play
Yeah.
different too.
It made it much easier
Oh,
to do.
That's
I
a
keep
pickup.
it as
That's really good.
well.
Let's just play
Holy.
the scout, then we get big guy and play it next turn.
Sick.
Ooh.
Save that sweet 1 mana.
You get a coin. It's like the pillager now, like just
Yeah.
getting a coin.
Except way worse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, suddenly you look at Ostkaka's hand, and you look at Strifecro's hand, and one of them looks very, very meager indeed.
It's not always worse. It could be a counter spell.
That's true.
Oh, great.
Wow, Crane, going 1 level deeper. Those warriors that play counter spells.
Oh no, I mean just
I
again,
know,
I'm
I
just
know, I
saying
know.
it's not always strictly better. Sometimes you'd rather have the reduction on can than a coin.
Do you play a lot of Arena, Crane?
No.
Have you played a lot of Arena? Like, did you start on Arena?
No. Well,
No.
I started on Arena, yes.
Right.
To get the
How many
cards.
games are we talking? How many wins?
I think probably around maybe 1.5, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Way more than me then. Okay.
Yeah.
I just
But I
like,
grinded to get cards.
Yeah,
Had to grind a lot.
I just sold out. Just gave Blizzard their money back.
Oh, I was poor. I was poor. So
So was I. Especially after I bought all those cards.
That's how I started too, in the beta, like playing.
Do-
The first 2-3 months, I've just only
do,
slammed
do
Arena.
you know how many Arena wins you've got? Roughly.
I don't know. I think 2K.
Okay.
I did it the first 3 months, 4 months a lot, and now I haven't played an Arena game for a
Do
year.
you want to guess how
almost.
many I have?
exactly the same for me.
Do you want to guess how many I have? Roughly.
Guess how
Arena
many you
wins?
have? 200.
No, less. 70.
Less. Wow.
I don't
I
know.
have played Arena. It's about 200 actually.
Okay.
200.
Wow.
I know my boy.
Yeah. I know, how's your boy?
We've been on the same
Explains a
team,
lot.
right?
Yeah.
But that were the wins. How many losers?
18 million. No, actually, probably like, I don't know, 300 or something. I don't know.
You think you have more losses
So you-
than
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
you go 2-3.
No way.
You go.
Oh, I'm pretty confident. I'll ask TJ to find out for me.
Can he?
If I ask for me.
Sick.
This isn't a general question anyone can ask. I maybe shouldn't have.
Well, obviously.
But no, they pull stats for HCT, right?
Yeah.
So
Some,
I ain't give away
there are
anything I
some
shouldn't have
stats.
then.
There are some stats they sometimes will show, right?
Yeah.
But you can't just ask them for your stats and they'll.
Well, you
It's not how it
can't.
works. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
You maybe can.
TJ, can I ask?
No. No. But anyway, let's get back to this
He
game.
doesn't want to ruin your confidence.
Hey! Oof.
That was a cheap shot.
Just have to qualify for HCT. You might find out.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
Thanks.
Go for summer, and you might see the stats.
I did that for myself. To myself.
Okay, well, Sleep with the Fish is not going to do... well, going to clear some of the board, I guess, but Bane comes back now.
Well, when you're already having issues with the first two minions here, then it's not getting better later. That's
I think
what, you know.
I mean, double innovate and nourish for cards is huge. Look at all the cards that Strifecro has to try and deal with. He frankly doesn't have the answer, because even Brawl isn't an amazing answer to this deck. Because unless, yes, Yasharaj be on the board for 4 turns, great. But normally you only need one of your big guys to actually threaten anything, right? You never, just keep playing big dudes against the Taunt Warrior because of the Brawl, of course.
Honestly, the more this game plays out, the more I realize that I think he was always nourishing for mana. For
cards, yeah.
For cards, sorry. I don't think he was ever nourishing for mana, even with that hand.
Because if you execute, right? Execute.
I mean, the game is going to go on for a bit, and probably your biggest threat is that you run out of something.
Yeah, that you are not able to get that. And also the deck plays a lot of 10 mana cards, so you can also at some point just pass turn 8 and 9, what can be really costly.
Also as well, it's not like the Taunt Warrior is rushing you down.
No.
You know, that you're like, I need to quickly get to ramp. Why?
And maybe Big Druid is also one of the only decks that can actually handle the wreck shot, that the minion doesn't die.
Them. It's like,
well,
please.
you're just tickled.
Oh, now Deathwing Dragonlord's available. That seems like a good innovate target next turn.
You tickled my Deathwing, or...
wrong order. If you Barnes first there, man, the Deathlord pops out and you draw.
Nice. Owl feels bad, man.
Well, I mean, it's kind of how he already is himself. The Owl is not that much weaker by just being a 1/1.
It's just been Aldor.
I don't see the big difference. I could just, if I will look at the board, I will not be like, yeah.
Dude, if Ironbeak Owl was back to 2 mana, but just a Hunter card, oh my lord.
I would actually love it to be 2 mana. Just silence some dumb idiots.
Silence some nerds.
I mean,
Paladin's win rate just
Steed might have, Steed might have just been unplayable at that rate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Paladin win rate would just drop quite a lot, probably.
I don't know if Steed is that important at all, honestly.
Yeah, but in the matchups you're going to play Owl in, Hunter, Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, but
they're the
no. But
wins,
I'm saying they would cut the Steed, and I don't know that the deck would be that much weaker.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought you said like Owl wouldn't make an impact on the win rate. I was like, I think it would.
Yeah. It would.
Give me my Owl and I'll show you.
Well, is it time? Yeah. Yes, it is.
Double Drake and Deathwing are going to come out. But, oh no, there's not enough, right? Maybe there is. It's going to clear both minions.
Well, it first has to die, and it's not. It's
it's
a big challenge.
Yeah, I was meaning so he has. Oh, he's leaving a minion up.
Wait, I don't know.
Ghoul, execute, brawl, go.
I mean,
yeah.
Well,
I mean, you couldn't do it before, but now you can.
No, but you left the Ghoul up. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't mean play Ghoul. I mean use the Ghoul, of course. But that's actually. What do you even think of that? Like, was there a reason for him not to trade?
I don't know why the attack in the face is so important there.
You're playing 12-12s. You do not need to hit for 3.
It seems silly. Like, it did a very important job, I feel like. Wow. Trading.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, what's 3 damage when you look at the size of your minions, right? Yeah. Like, is 3 damage really going to make that much? And he wasn't even hitting the armor below Shield Slam range. Not that he even plays Shield Slam, but you know what I mean? I actually just can't think of a reason now. Execute into Brawl. This could be a turning point here. Look at Strifecro's face! But now Deathwing's just going to live, and it's like, oh, crap. Calling it. God, I'm bad.
Oh,
the Bane lives as well.
That's really, really bad.
Wow, is Big Druid gonna get outvalued now?
And now a blowout turn for Ostkaka. No 9-drop or less to play. He just has, Maya Keeper, which is pretty much pointless here, and not Yasharaj till next turn. I feel like that was a big whiff on that trade.
If this turned out to be a throw, then we might even call it a big throw.
Hey, easy. Easy big, easy throw.
Yeah.
I would actually see you two guys know your Hearthstone, but if anyone can explain to me why that was correct, I'd be very interested in hearing that.
Yeah, it's about just the aggression or like not feeling the punishment. But I just totally disagree that there was a lot of punishment.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So it might just be a little misery on that that you miscounted on for a mana where you're not singing. But yeah, it's really.
It's just like
It makes the game now really close again.
And it was so important as well because
Yeah.
this turn was dead for him, and he also bricked. But if he'd done it the other way, then there couldn't only if there was whirlwind execute then brawl, it would happen. But otherwise, he wouldn't be able to execute and brawl that same turn. So then he would and then he could not play something next turn just because he wouldn't want to overcommit. So I feel like it would have panned out so well for him. If
Yeah,
he
I think he had the game there almost.
Yeah.
Well, the difference as
like
well.
it's also in 12-12.
Yeah, well, he has enough damage. I mean, but the difference for your opponent requiring a 2-card combo to a 3-card combo.
Yeah, and one of them is playing one.
Yeah, and one of them's a one-of is huge. Such a big difference. Yashiraj is just going to be slammed here. Ostkaka has no other choice with swipe, scales.
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean choice? This is the only thing you would ever want to do, right?
Yeah, I just mean there was no other options anyway, right? You know, it's not like he's going to double swipe the Drake.
That pickup though for Strifecro, is he able to maybe with also the slam and the fishes to clear both minions off? Nah, he can clear both. He can clear both.
Whirlwind,
Yeah.
slam, fishes.
He has to sacrifice the Drake, but that's all right.
Okay.
It's actually pretty.
Oh yeah, if you do it this way, right. Yeah. I was hooked on executing the Yashiraj for some reason.
You have to sacrifice your Drake, but for that you
That's
just
fine.
trade away. And the Ysera also didn't get a Ysera card, so I'm not even sure. Like the execute, they are really punishing also the outcome there.
Also as well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know this deck list card for card, but both Primordial Drakes gone. Yashiraj, Ysera, Deathwing. What cards are left?
There are a lot of big boys you can play in this deck. I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't know how many more are left.
The Anaconda is a bad draw at this point.
Second Nourish.
It's a no,
I mean, Nourish is good, but I mean, like, cards that aren't big minions, right? That's what I'm trying to think about.
Okay, he's leaving. Whoa.
Huh.
Wow.
What?
Well, maybe Strifecro knows more about the deck, and we already looked up at that there is not so much left of minions, and he doesn't feel scared of Yashar, but it's a little of a dangerous feeling because Yashar is a minion you should.
It's still gonna pull
scared.
a minion, right? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
still gonna pull
casting.
something.
I'm casting, and I'm scared of this guy.
Yeah,
And Crane's never scared.
now we just talked about what all was already out of the deck. Maybe the minions that are left, if Strifecro just...
I mean, even giving him an Anaconda from this, right?
Yeah.
You don't want that.
You don't want to give him anything.
And honestly, who says that you're able to kill this guy next turn?
Well, also let's bear in mind the turn before Yashiraj
Also,
came down, he floated so much mana, right?
Also
he
the skills here, man. Wow.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't looking at the scales. I was looking like a rat swipe play. I don't know actually how you go about this turn.
You have to probably let the Acolyte draw 2 cards here.
Yeah.
That's the...
Question is what he does with the remaining mana. He's going to double scales.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
that's
it.
a lot of damage. Sets up 2 turn lethal.
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
Obviously, you're expecting taunts.
I really like it, and this kind of where we were talking about. Are you even able to kill Yashar next turn? And that's now a problem where Strifecro had the way he could trade it. Now he just cannot trade it anymore away.
Yeah, Anaconda, not too much for
See,
surprise.
this is kind of a big punish for not just hero powering this 3-1. Obviously, I don't know how many minis he has left.
Yeah, but the problem is now with the Yashar you just can't deal with.
Well, I mean, you gain 2 health on the Yashiraj, but you lose 1 health overall because you don't kill a 3-1.
Yeah.
And then
but also the Yashar will attack again now.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but it was
there's
less
like
likely to stick by doing this rather than hero powering. That's
also
what
as
I mean.
well with
but for your powering, yeah, but the fishes was also, I wouldn't mind just seeing the fishes and that you just go for the clear plan.
Also as well, one of the problems Ostkaka's going to have is with this kind of hand size, there's just going to be so many taunts, right? You know, like one taunt might be able to be Wrath through if it's Stonehill, Wrath hero power, but you know, the second taunt almost certainly won't be. Starlord as well.
Strifecro has like a really nutty hand against what Ostkaka has.
Against Yashiraj on the board
yeah,
alone.
Just in general, like the small taunts, it doesn't matter, right? Just taunts. And then into the quest.
Especially after double swipe Wrath.
Yeah.
He's just making a wall. Like Strifecro just wants to make a wall and not that Yashar
always
give any attack.
You just gotta think.
always cycle this one first. It's
Yeah.
only upside compared to cycling Wrath.
Moonglade, okay. You can heal the Yashra.
Good, so
Can
you-
also attack first and then heal even better.
yeah, I think you.
You're always
the-
attacking, right?
Yeah, it's a great, like, Portal's great for this turn.
Do you kill the rat? Because do you want to delay the value he's going to get from the dino?
You gotta count the damage if there's any, like if it dies to something it doesn't die to
Yeah.
otherwise by like trading differently.
Yeah, like there is one attack more on the board that might
Yeah.
clear the portal away, the minion that comes
Okay.
out
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
portal.
I like this more. I mean, I think if
He has to play his own game now, Ostkaka, like to maybe find some...
Because he never kills the Stonehill, right? Because
No,
he
I
can
don't
wrap hero power it.
you definitely hero power the Stonehill, I would say.
Yeah.
Now you could even put your face into the 3/6, honestly.
Yeah, just because the 5/5 lines up so well.
Yeah.
And then either way, you know, you're looking pretty good, right?
Both of them are like reasonable.
Because the Stonehill's not going to trade. Okay, Ancient Wall, 5/5.
It's just pretty good.
Look at this army of taunts, though.
Oh, is that the op? Nah, you cannot really... It's good to clear the 5/5s away, but it doesn't clear the Yashar again.
You just slam the Tar Lord.
But if okay, so if you just play the Drake and then fishes, it's still pretty good, right? Because you have actually it's a 1 health. No, never mind. That sucks. So let's not do that.
You'd have to trade in the Stonehill anyway, right?
Well, no,
Wait,
it would die. But
The
you
problem
go
is a
face.
little that that you're not trading anything away by playing 2 tones, and then the 5/5s are doing a lot of work too.
This is a tricky game. Just start with Stonehill.
I think it's still Stonehill and Tarlord. I don't see a better line because, like I said, the Drake into fishes sucked. So wait, the quest is done. Never mind.
Yeah, hold the phone.
Armor Smith, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
It's cheap.
All right, still goes with that. I don't mind that, but I didn't consider the
The quest.
Ostkaka
didn't
having
consider that.
5 cards left in the deck. So at some point, Yashar will also not pull anything anymore out of the deck.
Also, as well, if Yasharaj goes into the Tar Lord, then it's going to be in range of the Rag Hero power.
Both players having 5 cards left. That means that Strifecro has been drawing a lot. That he kept up with the Druid in the way of drawing.
Yeah, he had the Acolytes, right? The Acolyte drew 2 as well.
Oh man, and there are only 5 cards left also for Strifecro, and there's another brawl, right? As
Yep.
far as I recall.
Yep. Also, as well, one of Ostkaka's cards is Nourish.
This is so scary.
Yeah, also minion-wise, Ostkaka
think
is
An-
not having too much left.
Yeah,
there might,
Anaconda.
there might be another Wild Grove, I think, left.
I think Anaconda, Maya Keeper, Wild Growth, Nourish is 4 of them.
So, like, not much value at all. So,
No. This is the issue just with that Deathwing.
How many?
Yeah,
he
like
knows
that.
how many minions he has left, right? And the thing is, it might be better for him, even against Brawl, to play the Curator, because then you get the minion in your hand rather than pulled on the board. But what does the Curator pull?
Anaconda.
There is 1 Anaconda left, right?
And that's probably it, unless there's a minion that's completely leaving my mind. But I'm pretty sure I know 4 of the cards that are left.
But in that case, I'd like this. I think I just like this more. Given what we think we know
Yeah.
is left in the deck.
I'm
I
not
think
sure
I
whether he
like
plays
this.
2 Maya Keepers or not. I would guess yes, but
I'm pretty sure Ostkaka's playing with double mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
So I think there's Maya Keeper, Anaconda, right?
and
Oh,
a
Tar Creeper.
second
okay.
Scout, maybe? So what is it, like Maya Keeper, Nurse,
No,
Scout,
one
this
Scout,
one?
one Scout.
and Anaconda. Okay, so,
Nourish.
yeah, I said
And no,
Nourish.
but they're playing with 1 Anaconda. They're not playing double
Okay.
Anaconda.
So, the last
Oh, wow,
forecast-
the Brawl pickup here, though, for Strifecro, and also will still be able to play a taunt.
Yasharaj is down.
Oh,
Yasharaj
Okay.
down, guys. Yasharaj down.
it was a decent outcome, though.
It was a middle outcome, but now, there's really little left, and Strifecro still having so many strong
It's-
taunts also. Like, the taunts that are in the hand are still really strong.
Do you just weapon this down in hero power? Both swipes are gone.
There are no swipes left.
Or, yeah, okay. You can do this if you
I
really
like
want.
this more.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
your life matters more than the life of Ostkaka.
I think he's straight up gonna fatigue Ostkaka.
Well, Strifecro is also not that far.
Iron
With
Beak, of
5
course.
cards left.
Iron Beak is not even that, like,
It's
bad up
actually,
at
yeah,
all.
it's actually...
Well, now as well. I mean, okay, we can see
If he
the.
hits the face, right?
No draw though from the curator at all.
If he hits the face with
Silence
the
for the
hero
alley.
power, like if he hero powers and then plays.
But Strifecro knows there is an all now in the deck.
Yeah, he knows that's
Strifecro
not
knows
big,
it.
so he will
Yeah.
play around.
He
that,
has seen it.
obviously.
We have seen it before, and there is no card being drawn from the curator.
So what you do is you play double taunt.
Yeah.
That is
Just
the
Sally
line.
Armor Smith Bloodtooth and just not hero power.
Yes. That is the line. You know, it's
Yep.
it's
There's 100%.
how
I
it
mean,
is.
you even saw Owl from the Barnes, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
you,
like-
you know it's there.
he
yeah,
literally can know it in 3 different
Exactly.
ways.
Yeah. Exactly.
so-
Yeah. Good memory.
Ooh,
Oh, Star.
yeah, I forgot about that one.
But
Same.
So
if you
is that
silence
that's lethal?
no, that's one off.
Oh, it's one off. Yeah, he needs
You-
to hero
you
power.
need
He
the
can't
hero
hero power
power.
twice. Feels bad, man.
We need just the
Cold
card
out.
back for
I'll
that.
cold out.
I was so
right.
excited, but it's not lethal.
But really, really close.
And also, as well, silencing the Alley Armor Smith means there's no more armor gain,
Yes.
which is very, very important when your hero power does the damage. And Ostkaka can soak a lot of damage. I'm just not sure what's left now.
To be honest, I mean, if this rag hero power goes face,
Yeah.
and the
Also-
next
also-
draw is right, you
But-
probably win.
But also the life totals.
Drake.
I mean, look at
Drake
Strifecro.
kills the owl.
Strifecro has 3 cards left, so he's gonna get that 1 damage at some point also.
That's true.
Like
Oh
he's
my
facing that
God.
1 damage.
Yeah, the problem there is the
And-
owl dies to the Drake, and I think you always Drake.
But this silence on the Armor Smith, it like Strifecro only has 3 turns, then he's dead.
Yeah. So you Drake hero power, right?
Yeah, that would be.
think
the
you have
play.
to, right?
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
You also really don't want to draw with this curator.
Nope.
So yeah, Drake hero power is the only way.
Is there anything left to draw with Curator now?
It's the 6/9.
I guess he could. Like in some cases, knowing what's left, he could have considered going trade and then fishes.
Wild
In
growth.
some cases, it could. Be
I mean,
better.
you may as well
Oh,
draw it.
Well, that means that there is a card left that Ostkaka really wants to play this turn. Otherwise, you don't play the Wild Growth here. Oh. Wow.
Huh?
Wait.
Was he definitely
How many
there?
cards?
No. Strife got 3 cards left. Striker would have died in 3 turns.
Could he have survived 3 turns?
I'm not
though?
sure, but
I mean, that's
no, but this is way too fast. I mean, come on.
24 damage just from hero power.
Oh,
without
Ostkaka
minions.
is going for a bathroom break.
Okay. That's 24 damage just from the hero power without minions.
It is 24 damage, but it was if you wait yourself also and not drawing. I mean, it was a really fast decision.
Yeah, I mean,
I
well,
just
we-
want to say that it's like.
You think he
this-
did the math though?
Well, maybe,
I didn't.
but
Yeah, I was going to say we probably need to like rewind, freeze on that, and just sit and count up exactly what was going on there
Because
that is a lot of damage.
because the
and plus
warrior and the
minions.
warrior was at 1 HP. Like
Yeah,
it can
yeah.
also be that Strifecro. Like it was definitely not an. He needed Strifecro had to then also play it super clean to just get everything done, have enough pressure, hit the right minions. So wow, well, big druid, not big enough.
Yes, and then the Tom Warrior getting work done for Strife, although that was not easy, and I do feel like the game could have looked very, very different if the Barnes just traded. Very, very
Yeah,
different.
like I think that definitely adds up. And I also am still not sure, like for Strifecro's side, like leaving the Yashara wasn't really a big risk to take. At that point, you see how close it became, and I don't know if that really had to be needed.
yeah, he needed to top deck the ball. Like
Yep.
if he got that 1 turn later, he was not dead. But
Yeah,
yeah, I do think like not trading the 3/3 there was really weird, and I
It-
think
it
it cost
lost-
him the game.
It definitely lost
Straight
Ostkaka there, the game, I think. And
Nice.
I think honestly, I'm pretty sure Ostkaka counted the damage. He also knew there was another War Axe, so like he's taking. Yeah, I think he did the math. I think he just was dead. Ostkaka is not the type to concede there without counting. I feel like.
And there's the real deal.
yeah, the,
Just relaxing shots
Yeah,
of Forsen while we
well.
wait for the guys to get back. Why not? There?
probably supporting Ostkaka. A little bit of Swedish proud there in between
Yeah.
watching the game.
Yeah, I think-
Forsen really interested in all the Hearthstone games, so he has been watching like everything here, every moment that he could take a little bit of Hearthstone watching. Definitely looked here up at SeatStory.
Yeah, Forsen did really well as well so far. So yeah, it's a good result overall for him.
He killed me and got the top 8.
Yeah, feels bad, man. At least I didn't kill you. It
Yeah,
was close.
it doesn't feel that bad. It's Hearthstone. You
Yeah.
gotta be ready to lose.
Plus, as well, like as the guys come back from their break, well deserved since this series is going on a while.
It's also a long series. A lot of two
lot to think
slower
about.
players also, like Strifecro and Ostkaka are 2 of the
And-
little bit more slower players.
And also as well, just for what I was going to mention is like this tournament, everyone has a fantastic time here, 100%. But fatigue is something that kicks in on day 4.
But I feel it too, to be honest.
Well, everyone's tired. Even people who got knocked out day 1 are tired. Never mind when you have to play hours and hours and hours of Hearthstone. It was groups into single elimination.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of games to try and keep focused on.
Wow, you mulligan the quest against Quest Warrior?
Yeah, I like it. Wait, no. I mean, you mean the Quest Warrior against Quest
Yeah.
Warrior?
Yeah.
But like,
I've
heard different opinions on this, but I think
Like you also
I
need
like
to.
it.
So you really want to outvalue it with the taunts.
You burn
there.
them out of resources, right?
Yeah.
You just burn them out of anything, and you hope for no like mimic pod.
Getting to finish the quest, you basically need to wear them out of resources anyways, and then, but so like the problem.
Sometimes
with this
you really need the
version is-
damage. Like sometimes if you can just deal 16 damage at turn 8 and 9, if you finish the quest fast, you can do it.
That's true.
Completely.
I'm not 100% sure either, but like, and the problem is Ostkaka knowing this, he might like play it a little slower. Yeah.
What is great?
But
What is great as well, as I was mentioning earlier about the development of Quest Warrior and what you keep and what you don't keep, it genuinely feels like there's more matchups that you throw the quest than ones you actually keep it.
But
the
the ones
problem
where
is the
you
ones
keep
you
them-
keep it, you need it to win. It's like your win rate goes up substantially if you, or should I say goes down substantially if you throw it away. So it's such a weird deck. We keep calling it Quest Warrior. And,
but it's exactly the role that Justika True had for a while.
Yes.
In some of the versions, it was just good. But in other versions, it was good because if you don't have it, you insta lose to other control warriors because you just cannot kill each other. So.
And the same with like N'Zoth Paladin matchup, right? You're probably not gonna win the long game in that one. Would you agree? You keep it N'Zoth Paladin, right? Surely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you don't beat N'Zoth Paladin without the.
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
thing.
saying. Yeah. Like
I was a bit slow.
The mirror and the like decks like N'Zoth Paladin, you cannot win without it. But this is Rogue, though. We are 2-2 here, so there's still a good portion of the way to go through this series. Ostkaka on his Rogue now and has his Warrior left, whereas Strifecro on his Warrior off the back of that win versus Big Druid and has his Rogue left. So both players with the same classes. Let's see how it pans out.
I have a feeling I know what Ostkaka would call this draw. What he would say about it. Anyways, this is one of the approaches that you use against slower decks, especially like this slow of a deck, like the Taunt Warrior, is you don't play any of your minions until they're 5/5s. Unless they are, doing something for
the quest. Unless you get into your quest.
If they finish your quest. Yeah.
Don't play the crab here, you just hold it and then, at least, he didn't play the crab here for that reason.
And then for Quest Warrior, it is a real difficult matchup. I definitely think the Quest Rogue is favored in this one, but Dirty Reds can be really dirty, especially pulling out the Quest Rogue from the minion that they are going for.
Yeah.
How big of a deal do you think vanishes in this matchup?
Is
it game winning?
Yes, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because the warrior doesn't have time to rebuild his board because they're so expensive, the minions. So it is a big deal because they try to just slam all the taunts while he finishes his quest. And if you finish your quest late, they might actually have quite a few of these taunts. But Strifecro just didn't play a taunt.
I really like to not play the Bluetooth Brave. He's like Strifecro is not playing his maybe like his best way of the warrior deck, but just being reactive. Like if you deny and turn from the quest rogue to trade the elemental away, the quest rogue might just pass a turn, and that passing turn is worth more than your passing turn.
Wait. Can Strifecro just be completely wacky here and just hero power again and pass?
Yeah, just never let him kill it.
Like force Ostkaka to play more. I'll do something. I haven't considered this until just this very moment. After he passed last turn.
Well, there are a lot of situations where I also have been like, I'm not going to play a minion on the board anymore because of elemental, but with this kind of state, this is really
It's also just that he can pass now, and then next turn he could, if he gets a whirlwind, he can do that and then double rat and probably pull at least one of these guys. I don't know if you want to commit to the ratting that early, though. You want to rat after he started bouncing something, right?
Yeah.
Preferably.
Sometimes it can be really good at turn 2 because then the Dirty Red stays on the board, it trades everything away, and it helps already a lot. But you don't really want to play it too much in the mid game one scary thing is Ostkaka will be maybe now able to like do a quest really fast, do it in like one turn, get to a lot of pieces together.
Yeah. We see his hand though, and his hand is god awful.
Yeah, like we see his hand and it's super awful, but imagine a shadow step in the hand, and then once the elementals die, he just has the quest on immediately with the 2 elementals and with the...
So Ostkaka is raw. I feel like I've seen Ostkaka running all the crabs, even the Golakas, right?
Oh, really?
Am I right? I saw somebody playing Golaka, and I think it might not have been Ostkaka, but then I think it was Sixo, and I think they are running the same version.
Sixo was running one of the hungry ones and one of the crawlers. I think he was running one.
Maybe it's the same here. But anyway, the point I'm going to make is that there's like not as much. He probably caught some of the cards that gives steam, or like cards which gives you more cards. You know, like the Swashbuckler, for example.
Yeah.
Which you in this type of matchup you like those type of cards, or there'll probably be other cards like. Even running Stone Toss Ball is really good in this matchup. Synergy with the Vanish as well.
I do like the battle thing coming down though. It's kind of tells Strifecro, okay, you've had your fun, but now you kind of need to do something.
I mean, if you want a whirlwind, you at least give me these 2 guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It might also simply be because you can Vanish next turn, right? Like if this board is unanswered with the line Strifecro take, exactly. You might even, I don't know, didn't count the cards. Maybe you can.
Oh.
2, 4, 6, 7. So you do that.
He can hungry crab.
6, 7, 8, 9. So it's actually...
You get a hungry crab, actually, yeah. Like a 3/4 is not too bad.
You really don't want to Vanish, though, but...
Nah. Like you can... is Ostkaka just gonna pass this turn too?
Could you...
You might just...
Could you ever just bounce the battle thing? And just say, okay, I'm going to start doing it on this.
No matter what, this game is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Like, and this is something that Strifecro does a lot. Like, he always has his own way of playing a matchup and doing it the way, and it's just so interesting to see. And
I don't even know if it's good.
No.
Like, nobody does.
But that's I don't know either. But it's great to see. It's great
You think
to
he
see.
knows? You think he knows if it's
No.
good?
He just has a plan. He has his strategy, and he follows the strategy.
He's probably just going,
I think it's also...
If you're confident in just your own strategy, that's. And it also might make it only harder for Ostkaka. He's like, what is even going on this game? How do I play against a guy that doesn't do anything?
Yeah.
But another point that is important to make for like the people out there is this is not like a default strategy probably. This is because of the cards he drew, like the hand he has, exactly, and the way the game panned out. So this is not like a default strategy you can have.
If Igneous Elemental wasn't played and something else plus bounces, this game would not look like this.
Nope. And if you didn't have double Dirty Red, it very likely wouldn't either.
Yeah, that's true. Igneous Elemental does open up a lot of weird stuff. We saw it the other day. For the players who are still running Backstab, they often backstab their own Igneous and then trade to just get it to die.
Yeah, it's not easy to do the quest with the Igneous.
Not when you're against a deck that is okay not playing cards.
That's like the only minion in the deck that is like, this is really awful for the quest.
Yeah.
But can also be really great when it does trade out.
Yeah.
Is Strifecro gonna overdraw now?
Yes. But that
He's okay with it.
Really.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Wow. And again, Ostkaka, well, it's a something, but he then has to commit, and Dirty Reds become really scary if you go with the Brewmaster and the Ferryman.
At the very second he bounces anything, Strifecro is just gonna be like,
go.
Let's go.
Dirty Red.
Yep.
Huh.
Wow, with Strifecro also gonna overdraw.
But can Ostkaka do it in 1 turn at some point, right? That's the thing.
Whoa. I think... but can Strife even kill whatever he pulls?
Maybe,
bear in mind, there's 2 vanishes and 2 bounces in the hand. Like, can he even kill whatever he pulls?
Not right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, I actually like this from Ostkaka. I thought he was going to do this last turn.
I don't think he's going to, fully commit. I think it's just
he doesn't have to replay it. Yeah, he doesn't have to replay it.
Oh, he's gonna replay it. That's
actually, is replaying in that much of a commitment?
Well, because it is because you play the Ferryman and it's one more minion one less minion in the hand.
But how does it die, right? It dies with the Whirlwind, and then you get the 2 1/2s, and then you can start bouncing them instead.
You still have double Vanish. Oh, he's going for the Vanish now.
Whoa.
Okay, so he is just going for the Vanish. There are actually so many minions that the Dirty Red mathematically is probably not that scary, and you even get the bouncer back, right? So You didn't even really invest the bouncer in a way.
It's such an value game now. Like
It's just tricky.
every value is important because of how Strifecro is playing it. That Ostkaka is just
But
fully...
here they come. Here they come.
Okay, that's
a good one. That's the best one, actually. Right? Like, pulling a bouncer is universally good.
Ooh, that's awful.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the
Yeah,
worst.
it's
Yeah, that
actually
was
just
the
the
worst.
worst.
That was
That's
the
just the
worst,
worst. Yeah.
Actually, it's...
Oh.
Wow.
Hello.
So can you finish the quest this turn?
Yes.
1, 2... Well, yeah.
You cannot play the quest.
Does he need to at this point?
Well, you like to, right? I mean, then you have 5/5.
Oh, yeah, sure. But the 5/5s don't kill anything on board for a start.
No.
It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's also like Stonehill into Dirty Red. Is always something on your mind. You have to consider how far am I ahead. If I'm ahead, I think he's ahead.
Yeah, after that draw, I think so.
Yeah. I'm calling that he's ahead.
Brave. You are a brave guy,
Great
Crane.
call. Great call. I can approve.
Appreciate it.
Also, now not having to pay for the Ignis Elemental is actually huge. He's going to get 2 more 1/1s. 2 more 1-drops when it dies. And he's not had to pay any mana to replay that guy down. 3 mana is a lot of mana in Quest Rogue.
Yeah. Might make some attacks, but he definitely...
He can just play a minion, right? Because Igneous.
I don't think you play more here. Like your board is...
But it's not even losing value because if Igneous dies, you overdraw a card. So
Yeah, I like this.
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
I think.
then you... And the Hungry Crab is kind of good because it plays around wind still.
Yeah, exactly. It's like more likely to stick around and become a 5/5, right?
This gets a little bit tricky now as to what Strifecro's plan is at this point in the game.
I think it was already tricky from the start. It's going to be hard to outvalue in Quest Rogue.
I mean, like, the evolution of Strifecro's strategy of the early game where he was just saying, nope. Well, now
I
it's got off,
Drake.
what do you do?
I think I like the Drake.
And
Drake, that's...
And trade or
even...
not?
Yeah, that's the question, right? You can deal 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Like, what is really good is Drake together with Vicious. And that's a little bit what I am maybe not so sure, but you have to kill the board.
Does he just try and get him?
You probably...
The 5 attack goes face, right?
Yeah, I think...
No, I'm not sure.
No, actually not.
Because you're playing against 5/5s here. They are not 2/1s, they are 5/5s.
Sure, yeah.
I think we're trading as well, but
I don't know.
I think we're trading because we're getting the 5 anyways.
I guess.
Yeah, Raven, we're not a hunter. Sometimes
I
we
am
gotta
a
trade.
hunter. I am a hunter. Face or nothing.
Ostkaka has all of the resources, but it's also... Strifecro has so much mana to work with that it is possible to deal with the board of some 5/5s at this point.
Vanish, play 3 1-drops.
That is the not play.
That is the not play. I like it. Not the worst play, not a bad play, the not play. It just isn't.
Would be awesome if he did it now.
I know, yeah. Ostkaka and me are just in sync. But no. Playing the quest normally feels pretty good. You do want those 1-drops to be 5/5.
Ostkaka is having a little bit of like a passive minion hand, like not really much bouncers or active charges, just the patches and the deckhand.
Yeah, but I think like considering that the deck has cut Stone Toss Boar as far as I'm aware, then having 2 charges is not that bad. Because you actually only have, well, 3 total, right?
Yeah,
deck,
but some bouncers can be nice too. We haven't seen Shadow Steps yet, and the Brewmaster, the Vermin. Oh, and the quest again drawn at turn 10.
Probably has enough time to... Well, enough taunt, should I say, to do the quest.
Yeah, Harrison just trades with the 5/5, so that's pretty good here. The 3/6 takes a weapon charge plus a 5/5 into it, so that's also really good. It deals 3 damage to the face then.
And every value that the minions are getting here is really important because the spells are becoming better for Strifecro, the removal tools. If the minions are taking resources out of Ostkaka, that's what the warrior really needs.
Is it better to trade 2/2 and 4/8 or 5/2? Bam, bam, then 5 to the face, and he trades there. 6 to the face.
That's close. Maybe the 5/2, I would say.
The thing about trading away the 5/2 is
because
also,
you have an additional minion
yeah.
that has to get attacked by a 5/5, and you might set up fishes better with having the red surviving.
I think I like this as well.
All right. It's so hard for the quest rogue here to find the right balance of developing but not overdeveloping.
Yeah, and also he doesn't have that much life left, right? And he doesn't, like you said, play charges. He does have the taunts though. And do you think? Wait, is he vanishing? Yeah.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
like
this
the
is really clever.
It's like one of the last turns you can also vanish.
But this is really clever because now there's no Drake fishes, right? This was the second.
Yeah, like
correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the second Drake, right?
No,
No,
it was
first-
the first
first.
Drake.
Was it still the first one?
And he has
Yeah.
Curator as well.
But
Still, I mean, you don't want to give him a Drake.
you don't want, and the dirty red is really horrible now. I mean, it gives a 5/5. Maybe it helps with a brawl, getting a little more value. Ghoul is a
Yeah.
little of an annoying discard for Strifecro because
Yeah.
it's one of the cards that sets up the fishes.
Yeah, because you have double fishes, it's annoying.
Yeah.
But he really
So-
needs the Drake. Like, if he gets the Drake, he just has a guaranteed board clear. Drake with Sleep with the Fishes just always clears the board from the quest rogue. So maybe you need to go Curator here to, like, get that Drake, because it guarantees you the board clear the turn after.
But if you Drake... Oh, actually, you don't have the Hatchling in your deck now, so it's actually fine, right? You can Curator and you will draw the Drake. Right? Because if you
Yeah.
hadn't drawn the Hatchling, then you need to play one card first and then the Curator, otherwise you might not draw the Drake.
I guess you can go quest Curator armor up, like...
Yeah, this is true.
Actually, Quest doing some work there. One of the cards that is
Sick.
Just to free up some
Thank
hand
you.
space.
Oh, 1 mana card. We can actually play this to not overdraw. I really want to play the Curator, I think, just because of that. And there we go. Goes for the dirty red. All right.
Yeah, so he's basically doing
Aw.
the play we were talking about.
Yeah, the Curator and there.
And
I
dirty
am
red is always...
2/7 at the quest at turn 10.
Wow.
See, oh, there
Also-
it is, the claw.
Yeah. Also, as well, the Ignis Elemental being pulled out again just gives Ostkaka like not having to pay 3 mana and getting 2 more 1/1s again.
Well, the mana seems to not be much of a problem because the mana is more of an issue if you still have Vanish in your
Oh,
deck
that's
slash
true.
hand.
He's 2 now, right?
But now,
Yeah.
now, not even Miming Pot doesn't restrict him because he never wants to play all these cards
Yeah.
anyways, so
It's not too
it's
bad.
pretty fine. Meanwhile, the six health is like so crucial here, by the way, for the warrior.
Yeah, the dirty red.
And just in general on both minions, the fact that they have 6 health.
It's so difficult because Ostkaka knows there is a really likely Impermeable Drake with the Sleep with the Fishes. What do I play? Like, if I don't play enough, he's not gonna do it, and he still has it. But I also don't want to lose too much. The balance of developing and not overdeveloping is so tough.
A lot of key technical play going on here, by the way. He's putting a lot of damage on the minions that he wants to have die, which is basically Ignis, and also having the not Firefly, but the token dying is also good because eventually if you draw a bounce
Bouncer.
effect, you want to bounce the Firefly, so you get additional 5/5s.
Yeah.
Just a lot of small. I mean, they're not really tricky things, but you gotta
It's one more thing to do, right?
you gotta
I think.
you gotta get your due diligence
Yeah.
done here, or whatever.
I sort of like to say
not how you say it.
housekeeping.
Yeah.
Maybe Brawl is also in consideration here. Brawl with the Dire Horn, is that better than Primal Drake Fishes?
It is a pretty good brawl. The problem is that there'll be another wave of stupid 5/5s next turn.
Yeah, well, it will probably be like 4 waves that are still coming. It's just.
Honestly, I feel like he's not that far off. Like, he has Drake plus Fishes, which clears an entire board of 5/5s. He has Brawl into Direhorn, which clears pretty much an entire board, plus you set up a 3/6.
I wonder if the Direhorn's better, though, this turn, because you've got a 3 out of 5 chance after the Brawl that the Direhorn actually kills the minion that it trades into.
Ghoul is the player. That's interesting. I don't see the Ghoul.
I don't really mind the Drake play.
No, it's a close one between the Brawl and the Drake. Like, the Drake is also in body itself. So.
Yeah, the thing is that he might be able to wait quite a few turns for the Brawl with this line, whereas with the other line, it's a little more awkward.
I think Ostkaka wants to start here with the Mimic Pot.
Into Shadow Step.
He can definitely develop more than enough, and if you get the Shadow Step here, that can be such a swing.
Ooh,
Fair, that's also
so
a really good one. That's
so good.
because of the patches still in the hand.
Now you're right. Four waves. 4 waves of 5/5s.
Yeah. Well, we draw on card every turn, so it's...
But it's also the fact that this is not like... He didn't just draw 2 5/5s, he drew 5/5s, which can pull back a 5/5 that makes another 5/5. Like the Bilefin Hunter, right?
Yeah.
If he even wants to, but it's very likely he just goes for the bouncing the charges, honestly. Yeah, this is... honestly, it's definitely save 1 for bouncing charges in this matchup.
Yeah, I think Ostkaka's more like, do I play the Uzier? Like, how much do I need to play? Is 4 enough? Do I need 5?
Yeah.
It's so tough, man. It's really, really tough.
Because he knows that pretty much the way he loses is he runs out of resources, or somehow he uses his charges in a bad way, and the other guy, like Strifecro, managed to sneak in some damage. So
yeah, but you also have to develop. Otherwise, Strifecro is just smart enough to not play it.
Exactly.
And then Ostkaka is having another, and it's not becoming any easier.
It's a very hard balance. Who here we see the next brawl. So again, he has 2 more clears. The problem with the brawls though is they're not full clear, right?
Yeah.
Like if a 5/5 sticks around, well, you might just be dead next time. We're even seeing 20 damage in charge from Ostkaka, so...
Yeah, that's a lot. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just lethal.
Probably it's not as close as it felt like for a little while there. I think Strifecro just is dead here. That's a sick pickup though. It's a full clear. Like, not now, but like...
Yeah, afterwards.
Whirlwind, Ghoul, and Fishes. It's really, 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 really good.
Crap, not going to do too much now, though, but...
Oh, there is
That's
already
good.
lethal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be game.
because that's the 20.
Yeah, Mimic Pod. Yeah, again, getting hitting the right cards. But to be fair, for Ostkaka, there was, what, 2 Shadow Steps in the deck as well?
Yeah.
Not used any this game, so...
And another
Does he have the
Brewmaster, I think.
space, though? Yeah. It's not being able to play the other ferryman. But yeah.
Well, he could just have bounced the patches.
Yeah, could have just drawn
Yeah.
otherwise the patches for 5 more damage even.
Yeah, so after that very long game again of Quest Rogue versus Taunt Warrior, Strifecro playing the Taunt Warrior in a very interesting way, and you can definitely see why and the effect it was having on that specific game. But it wasn't enough, and now I believe it is going to be a Rogue Mirror.
Yeah, and Ostkaka having Druid left, and if that is a J Druid, it's actually a really important match, because if Strifecro manage to come back here from the 3-2 that he's behind, he might have a really good shot still of taking the series. And there we go.
Ostkaka doesn't have Druid left, right?
No, he lost with the Druid.
Yeah, he
with
lost
the
with Big Druid.
Oh.
Warrior.
So what is left? Oh, he has Warrior left. And then he has Warrior.
he was Warrior.
But that's still the same. Like if
sure,
he managed that, it's not a great. Well, we don't know what the Warrior is, right? It might be Pirates.
Yeah, I could easily see it being Pirates.
Okay.
I mean, he's also not banning Rogue himself, so...
Yeah, and the rest of his lineup is good versus control.
So really a not so good hand for Strifecro. Wow. Really needs to pick up some of the bounces fast, or a Firefly maybe.
Yeah, not too much of a surprise that the Firefly comes out first for Ostkaka.
Both players are having really 0 ways of bouncing any minions at the moment.
I mean, coin Mimic Pod, though. At least it's going to get Ostkaka some cards, potentially bouncers, you know, something to do.
So more Mimic Pots.
Exactly. I mean, why not?
The Mimic Pot and the Mimic Pot.
Why not at this point, Ties? Why?
I would say that Strifecro in general has the better version for this matchup, but
the crawlers.
the fact that there's a crawler.
And the Hungry Crab also for the ability.
The Balfin.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure if it's in there, but...
Makes me... because usually I would say that the Stone Toss Ball is better in this type of matchup, right? Like you want the charges, so... Because oftentimes it ends up in this type of weird scenario where you're both setting up lethal with just playing the quest or somehow.
Yeah.
But you can get some
on-
lethals with the charges.
Yeah, a lot of the time as well, it's you both have minions on board, and the person whose turn it is trades so they don't die to board. So then the
Exactly.
charges make all the difference, right?
Yeah. So, but then again, what Ostkaka has instead, they can also be really useful in this matchup with like the crawler and the hungry crab. So it's not that easy to say that it's. Oh, this
That
is a
just
really
sucks for
garbage hand.
Strifecro.
Oh wow, what a draw.
With these hands, most likely Ostkaka is just gonna win.
Yeah, already got charges, already got... I mean, they both got Glacial Shard, but Glacial Shard on top of Coin, you know, all the minions charges, Mimic Pod, and, you know...
But Strifecro is just so far away from finishing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what he needs to draw
He
is
has like nothing.
He needs 3 specific draws,
And,
and he needs them fast.
and also, he's not really doing it with the minions you want to do the quest with, like an elemental here or...
Yeah.
Shard is okay, I guess.
Yeah. One of the cards. And also, Ostkaka just having like all of the resources, right? The Mimic Pod is... If you knew Strifecro's hand, you'd say that Mimic Pod is the nuts here.
Yeah. Oh, it bounces as well. There we go.
Yeah.
So now again, this might look a bit weird for some viewers at home that the quest hasn't been played yet for Ostkaka, but you actually don't need to play the quest until you start trying to complete it, right? So there are instances that come up where you don't just play the quest on 1 or even 2.
Yeah.
As long as you play it in the build up to completing it. And now with bounces in hand, I imagine we're getting to the point where Ostkaka is going to be able to play the quest next turn.
Yeah, we are playing first a little bit of hand rogue here to get like the resources all...
Hand rogue.
And to get the resources all together and then use the resources maximally
Exactly.
and get the quest just done in 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah. Here we're seeing one of the reasons why, for some times, Swashbuckler was falling out of favor, because in some matchups you simply don't really get to play the cards you pull from it.
Even if you got like an Eviscerate, like in this matchup, it's just not that good.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the cards you can get from Swashbuckler, of course.
All right. Strifecro is having to kind of engineer a different way of winning.
This isn't completely unheard of, actually.
Nope.
Where you can actually just zoo them down.
Yeah, you just play a lot of 1/1s and 2/1s.
Well,
there is no punish almost. Like
Exactly, yeah.
at worst case, it goes then 1 for 1 with like another card that trades in with it with charge.
Ostkaka has a good hand for this, right? He can go quest, and he can go pirate, and he can kill 2 minions, and then he can go 1-drop plus freezer guy if he wants to, or he can just play either novice or 2 1-drops, right? I don't think you're bouncing ever the first deckhand in this case.
Yeah, you don't need to, right?
But you really want to play the deckhand, I think, but
Yeah.
just to get like a little bit of the pressure away.
sure.
Because Strife goes just all in here. You wanna trade away the shard. I think that one is a scary one to get bounce back.
Yeah,
Well, maybe even Swashbuckler, right? Because if Strifecro is this all in, he needs something, and maybe maybe that's one of the ways.
We can trade 2 away, so let's do them together.
He might kill just the 2/2/1s though. Like that's also definitely has merit.
Yeah, I think with this play, Strifecro leaving all his cards like on the board, basically, he's pretty much just told Ostkaka what's going on. And now it's all down, I feel, to Ostkaka dealing with this and trying to repel. But he has so many resources in hand that it should be fairly straightforward, I think.
This should be straightforward, yes. Probably he's
another horrible draw here for...
at least this turn is pretty good, right? He plays a 5/6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at some point you can play 1 mana 5/5. So then
I
don't know how happy I am with 5 mana 5/6s.
Strifecro will never play a 1 mana 5/5 this game. I can tell you this much.
The problem is as well, what we can see with the bounces, that 5/6 will never attack this game, ever.
Nope.
It's just going to be Glacial, 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 dead.
Well, he wants to finish the quest with the pirate, right?
Like the deckhand is the guaranteed, because the
Yes.
deckhand has already been played.
Yes.
You need 3 bounces for the shard. You
Okay,
need
sure,
2
sure,
bounces for the deckhand.
But he's freezing it 1 time should be sufficient.
Yeah.
I
Like-
would say.
Okay, it might get to attack, but not to win the game. There you go.
It depends a little bit on what Ostkaka is also going to draw, but the deckhand is also 1 mana cheaper in a way, because you already played it 1 time. Yeah,
18
not
million bounces.
Do you just finish it this turn? I mean, go deckhand, bounce it, deckhand, coin. Thing,
Yeah, and then you have
just
the quest with with the coin of the charge too.
Well, you gotta coin this turn.
Yeah,
Right, you
but
play-
yeah, you have turn 6 quest.
Yeah, turn 6
deckhand.
you have deckhand quest, yes. Yes.
Can also double trade. It takes a little
Oh, but now
slower
he
push.
can't. Now he actually can just bounce. He drew
Yeah,
it.
he just keeps bouncing the glacier shard because he's drawn the additional one.
Fair enough. That's probably just better.
Told you.
But I think he, but I think he wants to be really mana efficient and also just play it here. Get the what is really important is maybe to get the brewmaster on the board, to have like another body.
Yeah, I mean,
and just be a little
why
faster.
not, right? Yeah,
You
why
have
not?
so much mana to play with, so let's play the mana.
Well, the thing is as well, as long as you freeze this ethereal out long enough to get the quest live, then you're great, right? You know, like, yes, it has 6 health and it can eat 2 minions. So what? You have the quest and your opponent doesn't. And also, no cards. And now, because the way the board looks, vanishes just aren't really going to cut it.
You really feel bad for Strifecro.
Yeah, like if
he
you-
couldn't do anything this game.
If you look at the hand from Strifecro, and you see these 3 cards together,
Yeah.
and you know that not even one piece of the quest has been done.
No,
Yeah.
that's...
This is one of these games where you didn't feel like you had much influence of on the outcome if you're Strifecro.
Some of these games happen.
So, yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. So
Yeah.
Well, I think Ostkaka just wants to continue his plan and just gonna
Yeah.
at least set up the quest this turn. But probably developing as much as he can. Like, he doesn't need to fully commit to the quest. He can just do this once and save the shard in the hand.
Yeah, next turn he can just play it quest, yeah.
And now, let's say, like, play Firefly, play the Hungry Crab, play the Elemental.
he's just gonna set up a big board, right?
Yeah,
And
and,
Just get him.
yeah.
Yeah.
and not playing the shard then with it. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, then you shot next turn, play
But-
this thingy,
Yeah, well, the thing
Well,
is, well,
deckhand doesn't have charge, though, so the deckhand is not able to...
but that's fine.
and the thing is, well, you can just shard a minion, right? You know, like that comes out as opposed to just sharding the same face that's also already frozen.
It's so unfortunate for Strifecro that his best win
Yeah.
condition is literally just playing
Zoo.
playing Sue with
Bad cards.
with finish.
with
With
really,
finish.
yeah, it's really bad.
Zoo with
cards.
vanish.
With Zoo, with then, yeah.
Seems good.
Oh,
That's
that's-
exactly what you want to do. Oh my.
Well,
shame for Strifecro as well.
There is one thing that Ostkaka has to make sure, that's just not to overdraw the quest. I think that's the only thing
Yeah.
that might make the matchup close. I still think he wins.
But I mean,
At this point.
there is no way to do that, is there?
He has to play a minion to prot the quest, right?
Yeah.
Which
the
opens up
minion
the
and the minion he
space.
plays
Yeah.
doesn't even give him a
Yeah.
card, so like.
It is a shame for Strifecro that this series, considering how long and close and kind of crazy it's been, to be completely honest, has come down
To this game.
just a completely dud draw from
Oh,
Strifecro.
Kaka laughing. He just realized that he also wants to play novice this turn.
Is he gonna pounce here? No.
Nah, he doesn't.
It's to meet you.
Ice to meet you, yeah.
Just playing it all. He might just dagger, right?
Well, I will
Nah.
just play two
I mean-
5/5s.
Yeah, they have
because they are
charge.
5/5s. They are 5/5s.
They also have charge if you think about it, right? Next
Yeah.
turn. So
I mean, yeah, he could close his eyes and do whatever, right?
Well, there's the first bouncer for Strifecro being drawn at
Sick.
turn 8.
wow, so lucky now he completes the quest.
What are you on about, Tice? There was 2 vanishes I saw.
Oh yeah, there were 2 vanishes.
I mean, Strifecro doesn't.
Well, there is just too much damage on
He's just
board.
dead, right?
He's facing 30 damage. The patches trades in the 2-1.
No,
he has 2 charges.
2 charges, yeah. Boar and
Yes, it's
patches
two
to kill
guys.
one of them.
You probably only
Oh,
do
you can
one.
just kill the novice, right? Yeah.
Honestly, that's not lethal.
Well, but then you have to do it with both. Like, maybe you consider to play. Nah, yeah, that's good. It's not lethal, yeah. Well, but it's still really a great spot for Ostkaka.
I would go as far as to say the game is over, but
Yeah, well, the 2 trades that are going to happen, he has bounces for the. Well, he has like 4 bounces.
One
for the
trade's gonna
deckhand.
happen, and probably 2, yeah. But one trade had to happen.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
That's
default. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shadow Step allows him with the mana spare, or mana reduction, should I say, allow him to get that extra 10 damage he needed because the deckhand won't cost any mana, so he can dagger up and quest as well. And that's going to be Ostkaka taking it over Strifecro. Very, very crazy series overall, but Ostkaka does get it. And wow, that was kind of epic, that series overall. That was, it felt like Ostkaka could just sweep that early points in the series, but then Strifecro looked like he was going to make it, and that warrior play for him was very interesting overall.
There were some really great games in between, especially how the warrior was like turning out first against the aggro paladin and afterwards against the quest rogue. Some really interesting games, and also series was kind of back and forth, what made it really close, and but Ostkaka taking the series here. 4-2.
Pass that along for me,
Congratulations.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, congratulations, Ostkaka.
What's up, guys?
I want to just ask you off the bat, like, that series was very long. This tournament's long in general if you're this far. Like, do you deal well with this kind of sort of like game fatigue, so to say?
This was very stressful for me. It drained me quite a bit. And then, you know, as the series goes on, of course, like, you make some misplays here and there. And this series, I had a hard time letting go of some of the mistakes that I made. So I was thinking about those when I shouldn't be. I shouldn't have been thinking about that stuff. Like, you know, I really let the big druid down.
Yeah, so
not train the barns.
Yeah.